we get the most bloodiest episode of Death Battle to date, and two vicious video game fighters finally meet up. All this and more in today's episode of BrobusCast.
Death Battle Edition.
Why, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the BrobusCast Death Battle Edition. We're here to talk about the newest episode of Death Battle, and we hope that y'all have plenty of treats, because today it's a battle of the vampires. We have Dio versus Alucard, and we also are going to talk about the next time and some new matchups involving Mortal Kombat. So, let's go ahead and round it off. I'm, of course, your host, Saber King, or Jedi Bender, depending.
Okay.
Y'all were supposed to introduce yourself.
Well, usually we introduce,
I'm sorry.
Never mind. Alright, hi, I'm Brobuscus. You know me.
And hi, I'm ZDogg. You probably also know me, I hope. And it's time for the BrobusCast.
Anyways, yeah, hi. We have stuff to talk about, lots of stuff, interesting stuff.
Heck yeah, we do.
Yes.
Let's go. I'm excited.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy close enough Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be past Halloween by the time this episode goes up, but you know what? Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
In that case, hope you had a safe one.
Yes.
Also, I'm going to be trying out a new editing software for this podcast, so if
Oh, boy.
sucks, that's why.
Yep.
So pray for me.
I have faith. Don't worry. I have faith you'll make it good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so first off, pray for me, and second off, hi. Let's talk about some Death Battle.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
So, Liam finally Liam popped off.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, did he? Dio versus Alucard is one of the best death battles of all time, and if you disagree with me, you can fight me in the street.
He'll rip your heart out.
Holy cow.
Oh yeah.
How? Literally, actually, factually, how?
Goku Black versus Reverse Flash, you've just been dethroned.
Mm.
And ZDogg has disagreed.
Okay, listen. I think they're very close. Why are you putting the spotlight on me this early? No.
Because you brought it up to me earlier. And
I know.
And don't think I didn't hear that little moan of disappointment earlier when Richard said that.
What? No, whatever. Gosh. You know. Yeah. We'll get into it. Eventually. Just saying this now. That in no means this episode is bad. Heck no, it's not bad. It's great. What are you talking about? Get off my back.
Okay, I legitimately have seen this fight close to 7 times, and I've come to the conclusion that this is, in my opinion, I'm gonna die on this hill, that this is the best Halloween-themed episode we ever had. We've ever had. I butchered it, but point still stands. The only way I could see this being topped is if they do Jason versus Michael.
I will agree with you. I mean, I think all of the Halloween episodes are great. But, I think it's a very slight competition. Like it's
Yeah.
like it's a very close competition because all the Halloween matchups are great.
Yes.
But I will agree with you that this is probably my favorite one.
Yes.
Not by
Like
a
so
lot,
far.
but it is.
Yeah. Like so far, my top 3 favorites. Are Lucy versus Carnage, Dracula versus Ganondorf. Yes.
Okay. I was kind of going just like Ganon, Dracula, Saber Wolf,
Wolf,
and then this.
I mean, if they have horror theme, if they have horror in them, or the matchup is horror themed, then
didn't Lucy Carnage come out in August?
Yes, but it might as well have been a Halloween
fine.
theme.
Whatever.
Anyway,
it's my opinion. I get to do what I want.
Well, whatever. Even if we're counting that, I still think Dio Alucard's the best one. But
yes.
Let's get into the results. They're right, and I'm surprised a lot of people are not disagreeing.
Thankfully.
I'm surprised about this.
I have seen a few people say that it's a great because
I've seen plenty of disagreement, but I was expecting more.
Yeah,
I was expecting it to be another Ben Hallowed year.
Yeah,
thankfully, they avoided that.
Yeah, no. I was expecting that too. Obviously, there's a lot of salt. I think that.
Oh yeah, there is. Have you
undeniable.
seen the Rooster Teeth comments? Jeez Louise, it's a minefield in there. But surprisingly, on Twitter and on YouTube, it's surprisingly chill.
Good.
Like I had the lack of common sense to check the YouTube comment section. Because apparently I just hate myself and like to check the YouTube comment section.
You just reject your humanity sometimes.
Yeah, but I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I still saw some, but I see that in even the most obvious. I saw that on Goku Black vs. Reverse Flash, just to give you an idea.
I think it just helps on how well they explain that. They even debunked Schrodinger's. Well, not debunked, like explained why they can't use it.
Yeah.
Which is good. Which I think is was one of the most important parts to explain.
Yeah.
Because I know that was one of the biggest factors on why people were saying Alucard was going to win.
Yeah. Because to me, at least to me, the question for this fight wasn't so much can Alucard overpower and outpace Dio, because the answer to that question was always going to be no.
No. No.
Although to be fair, them getting Silver Chariot to 1,500 times the speed of light kind of caught me off guard.
All I gotta say is, where the hell was this for the first JoJo fight? Oh wait.
Yes, because that definitely would have changed something. I'm just gonna get the detractors in the audience. I'm just gonna give you guys the attention here. Even if all these stats were in Jotaro's fight, he still would have lost. Cope with
unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Cope with it. I love Jotaro. He's my favorite JoJo character. But yeah, he still would have lost. I'm happy they did the whole Schrodinger's thing too. And unlike my Versus series that I work for, that's number 2 to Death Battle, they actually did a better again, I have not seen it in a while, the episode in a while, so if it was explained somewhat similar to this, I don't know. But I am happy that they brought it up and they pretty much laid it all out. It's like, look, even if we did, it would ruin the character and the lore. But here's hypothetically what would happen if we did do it. Yeah, I'm
glad
they gave us at least something Dio had that could be even if we did include Schrodinger, here we go.
Here's a way Dio can counter that.
Also, notice how they did not at all mention Over Heaven. Not even in a tab, which was what I was expecting, because they did that for Jotaro.
That's very weird.
They mentioned Star Platinum Over Heaven for Jotaro in the tab and said why they couldn't use it, but they didn't hear. I guess just because they got the point across there, or because people had the common sense to realize, oh wait, that's an alternate reality.
I'm gonna go with I'm literally gonna go with the former. I don't think it's the latter.
Okay. Well, I mean, whatever way works. The fact that they put in a counter for Schrodinger at all is neat. And just outside of that, everything we pretty much said in the last episode kind of was echoed here, which is kind of nice.
Echo, because that's a stand. Anyway.
Sorry. That was nice, and this is probably the best recap they've had since I don't even know when.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, well, again,
like watching this recap, I have to ask, unless you're just one of those people, you know who you are. How can people disagree with this? They pretty much
because they're ignorant, I guess.
Everything. Well, I mean, that's what I mean. That's what I mean by one of those people. But they just kind of like laid everything out. Like, here's who's stronger. Like, Dio is like what did they say? Like 8,000 times stronger.
Yeah, 8,000 times stronger. Obviously, millions times faster. You know that, and he has more viable options to just take out Alucard in a quick, rapid succession. And even if
I remember that
included, it's just no.
I know.
They said that
I know.
Dio could kill Alucard like 3 million times over or something like that.
Yeah. Basically, he could kill him 3 million times over. So essentially, he would get rid of those 2 million souls that Alucard has.
It was important to mention 3 million because that's how many souls he's got.
Definitely.
But yeah. I know Ultra and Tiki put out a Q&A blog like they usually do. But I haven't read it yet, but I imagine it just further elaborates on what we already knew.
Just drives the nail in deeper.
Yeah.
I mean, is it weird? I don't mean to go back on previous fights, but is it weird that this recap blows the 150th episode's recap out of the freaking water?
Well,
yeah. But to be fair, that episode was just different. Weird.
We also don't get. I mean, it probably doesn't help that we don't have a Q&A for that one. Although the reason why is touchy.
Fair.
I don't. I mean, okay, I'm gonna get into it. I don't want to, but I'm going to.
Okay.
So if you're one of these people who do if you're one of the people who did what I'm about to say, please stop watching my video and screw off. The research team got a lot of hate speak for that episode.
Shit.
And it really wasn't just because like, oh man, they got the wrong result, but boo freaking who. But just like I don't know, people overreacted to an insane degree about the last episode, and it caused Tiki especially to kind of feel like apathetic towards like the last few minutes of the waiting period, and like the reactions to when the fight came out. So that's why we don't have a Q&A, because he just didn't feel up to it.
Understandable. And please. I know, bro. Please don't do that. Come on.
They don't deserve that.
Please.
No,
they don't deserve that.
If an episode is disappointing universally, if we all universally do not like it, then there is no reason for you to exacerbate things and just feel like you have to make it your freaking mission to go out of your way to make sure that they feel the pain that you feel because it wasn't what you wanted it to. Again, you can feel disappointed. You can say, "Here's how it could have been better." You can take a huge shot at it.
Don't
harass people.
Just don't be a douchebag about it. Like,
just remember the real people, and also just go outside and touch some grass. Then there you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's why I made such a big point in the last episode to mention like this. It's Macho Man versus Kool-Aid Man. Why do people care so much?
I mean,
anyways, enough of that.
Back to this one.
This one. Everyone, I'm just gonna say it. Everybody pulled out all the stops here.
Yes. Oh man,
you can definitely tell like a lot of care and love was put into this, and
yeah.
And for good reason, because again, it's like this has been not only Liam's most requested fight for the longest time, but I think they've even talked about it in general that they've wanted to do this fight for a long time.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, like even Akuma, who isn't a big fan of either JoJo's or Hellsing, has said like, yeah, this is one of my most wanted fights.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, so a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into it, especially
literally.
Well, you want to talk about passion? Big round. I want to make sure I get this right. Because if I'm wrong about what I was about to say, this is going to be real embarrassing. But I'm going to check the credits real fast. Make sure I get this right. One. Gerardo.
Heck yeah.
Big round of applause to Gerardo for this, like, freaking god tier editing.
My gosh, Nick and Gerardo have been popping off this second half. Holy crap.
God, yeah. Okay, so yes, no, that is one of the many things about this episode that kills. The analysis, the editing for the analysis is freaking great, especially the manga panels in Alucard's segment. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, the editing on Baskerville, I think that's what it's called. It's like moved around to look like an actual freaking dog. And it's wonderful. It's creepy, but it's wonderful. I love it so much. I feel like it's now become like kind of easier to separate the Gerardo edits from the Nick edits.
Like the Gerardo edits go ham on the motion for certain things, whereas the Nick edits, they don't go that all in.
Nick's edits are more for like special effects.
Exactly.
He moves around comic panels all the time. Like he does make the comic panels feel alive, but he doesn't like move certain like joints or something. Like you see in like
a motion comic.
Yeah, like you see it in this edit. You see it in like Batman vs Iron Man. Like you see like the characters themselves like moving their limbs around or something. Like that's Gerardo. But then you get to edits like say Reverse Flash vs Goku Black or Lex vs Doom, and like the effects, the lighting, the sound effects. That's all Nick. So they both pop off in very different ways, and I like it.
Me too.
It's cool.
And the editing is one thing, but the analysis in general, this is some of my favorite analysis that Death's ever done.
Yeah, I really like how it covers both characters, honestly.
I would like to say that I was, for the most part, on board for Dio's analysis. I really liked how it was done. I loved the banter, and what I'm surprised not everybody is talking. Now. Yes, Boomstick has a stand now.
Gosh, that's really funny.
When I first saw Boomstick with the stand arrow, I was like, "Oh, that can only lead to disaster."
It does.
Gosh, I really hope it shows up in all the Judges episodes.
Yes, that would be nice.
I would say also the Persona episodes, though, but they'll probably give them a Persona as well.
That, and it just adds on to Boomstick's repertoire for the eventual series finale.
Here's the thing: Boomstick stand is for 99 bottles because of course it is. It can transmute things into cans of beer.
Because of course it can.
Because of course it can. Although, what's interesting is that not only does Boomstick have that, but Wiz
also has like a bunch of lives.
Yeah, Alucard's like millions of souls. So that's pretty interesting.
That is.
I thought initially what it was, because I didn't hear what Wiz said. What I thought it was initially was Wiz has like transmutation resistance. Which would have been neat, but like I think that I like this more. But yeah. We need to talk about this. It's totally not important, but we need to talk about this. When they mentioned Dario Brando, Dio's alcoholic, abusive father, Boomstick. Boomstick one time mentions his deadbeat dad.
Whoa.
Character development.
Yay!
Oh, thank you.
Heck yeah. Thank you.
Character development.
You'll love to see it.
You love to see it.
Absolutely. The only thing I didn't like about Dio's analysis, and again, this is only for Dio's analysis, I hate how it is kind of memey compared to Alucard's, and they even end it with the "it was me, Dio" thing.
Okay, well, I mean, they kind of had to. I feel.
Yeah, I can understand it, like, but like they are big parts of it. Like it or not, they are kind of big to his character.
Yeah.
Yes, but again, it's like in the analysis alone, the joke is done twice, and I really feel like, okay, once is enough. I don't think you need to overdo, especially since it comes back in the actual fight, and I know we'll get to that, but let me tell you, it's like, in total, the "it was me" thing was played up 3 times, if you count the fight. So...
Is this including the end clip or no?
Yeah, that's in.
Okay.
Yeah, so, again, I get it, they're following the standard comedy comes in threes, but sometimes you don't have to do the whole comedy comes in threes thing. It's weird.
Yeah.
Also, Alucard's analysis was pretty dope. Like, again, especially since Gerardo popped off hard for those manga shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like both these analyses a lot.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm not sure if I would prefer either of them to... Well, maybe Dio's over Thon's, but...
I guess overall, in what tells a better story for the character and makes you feel things, I guess.
I guess Thon had
prefer.
Although, if we're talking on that front, it's probably between Thon and Iron Man's actually. But I think in general, like, I mean, those two had like one analysis really stand out. I mean, for Batman vs Iron Man, I like Batman's analysis quite a bit too. But Iron Man's definitely stole the show for me. I know I'm biased.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Well.
But and then for Black vs Doom, I don't hate blacks as much as a lot of other people do, but
Yeah, I know a lot of people really don't like Black. I don't entirely agree, but I can understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, Thon's was definitely better.
Yeah,
but for this one, I think both of them are equally good.
Yeah, it's just they're 2 different styles. One is told in a more not memey style, but it's not taken as seriously as Alucard's, which I get it. In that case, it's representing both of them because, again, Dio is a huge fucking dickhole, and Alucard is this tragic, dark character, so really, I can forgive it. It's just, again, they just need to dial back. Once they strike a comedy gold that makes me laugh from time to time, I would like it if they don't overdo it.
I will say, for Dio's analysis, I absolutely love how for the beginning of it, they just stick with part 1.
Yes.
And then they mentioned okay, so he cut off his own head, he killed Jonathan, and then took over his body. And then we get into part 3. We don't ever touch part 3 until that point. We see footage of it for extra reference for sure, but as far as story, and they don't mention the world at all. I like that a lot. It's a good progression. I like it. I also like how they end it, telling how Dio himself is dead, but his goal still lived on, and eventually someone managed to achieve it.
Yeah, and I also like the kind of bittersweet ending for Alucard, which, by the way, that kind of spoiled episode 10 for me because I didn't fully watch it in time, but I don't care.
I mean, I walked into it knowing that I was going to get spoiled.
Yeah, but it's all good. Also, they chose the best clip for Alucard to end off on.
Yeah, that was neat. Never forget the legendary work of Crispin Freeman.
Oh, trust me, I never do.
Okay.
Alright.
Let's talk about the animation.
Heck yeah, this is so good. It was freaking cool.
Oh my gosh, we have a lot to say.
When Liam specifically said that this would be reminiscent of the length for the Mega Man Battle Royale, holy shit, he wasn't kidding.
No, he was not kidding. It is probably. I think someone said this is like. I mean, it's counting the entire episode. I think someone said that this is like the 5th longest episode in Death Battle history.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, that's counting the entire thing, not just the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious what the other ones are, because I know the Mega Man Battle Royale is longer.
Goku
Superman.
I was gonna.
Of course.
Yeah, Goku Superman. I would say Hulk versus Doomsday.
Let's check. Dio
Because
Alucard is like 24 minutes long. Give me a second.
2409.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
is, I'm checking Hulk versus Doomsday. Give me a second.
Yeah, I know, but
nope. Dio Alucard's longer.
Dang.
I'll search.
Well,
Naruto Ichigo's longer.
yeah, that's it. Naruto.
Right.
I'll look through this later. Remind me when we're done. I'll look through this later.
Yeah. We'll post it on screen.
Yeah. There you go. It's the longest episode of the season so far. On that note, I know we're getting sidetracked. Liam and a few other research team members are saying like, okay, so take this, remember this for when the finale comes up.
Ooh. Okay.
Because Liam said on Twitter that it's this episode is the longest one, but it's also the longest,
that's right.
But it's also the longest one, and he put in parentheses so far.
Yeah. So that means the season finale will be even longer than this in total length.
Maybe not, I don't know about total length. He didn't specify, but it seems like at least specifically the fight is longer, which is already pretty long.
Yeah. Well, we obviously know the season finale. The animation is always in the 4-minute range.
True.
So yeah.
Also, Liam is saying that I don't know if I want to say this just yet, but I'm going to anyway. Liam is saying that the finale is probably better.
Oh boy.
We'll see. We got 2 months. We almost got 2.5 months technically, but whatever.
Liam's really hyping up the finale. I'm excited.
Whoa. We'll remember this and we'll bring it up for the finale. So future us, let us know if this was true.
Yeah. Like even Speedy, who just got hired onto the research team, he saw the finale and he says like it's gonna be something.
That's good.
But anyways, that's enough finale hyping.
Yes.
As if we didn't need more hype. As if we didn't need more hype for the season finale of a 10-year anniversary season.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to hype up this. Yes. We need to hype up this.
Let's hype this episode more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Holy Mother of Heaven. This fight is amazing.
Yes.
This is so
okay.
cool.
All right. I'm gonna make one complaint. I have one complaint and one complaint only that brings this fight down for me, and that's it. Just one complaint.
Okay.
I did not agree. I did not like the death.
Really?
No, didn't like it. What? Didn't feel it. Didn't make me go. Ugh. Didn't give me chills or make me cringe in a sort of creepy way. That's not to say the death itself is bad on paper. It was very well executed, but again, the problem is no, it's cool. The problem is I still feel like Reverse Flash versus Goku Black.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, but like.
I mean, yeah.
and if I also had to compare it to another Halloween-themed fight, John Talbane versus Saber Wolf blows this out of the water. I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely.
I
can see that.
That is my one and only complaint about this animation. Everything else slaps.
I can say one thing, and this is the purest of all purest nitpicks. The shot of Dio, that like it's this iconic like looking behind him pose, like right before he kills Alucard. First off, it's an amazing shot. I just want that out there. But one thing that it doesn't bother me, but it's just something I noticed. They, in order to make that shot work, they like regrow Dio's hair to fit in line with the pose. Instead of like using the shorter hair he has at that point. That is literally all I've got. Like that.
Well, okay, I guess I'll get.
It's just.
Okay, real quick, I want to nitpick because that's one of my only nitpicks. In that same shot, I don't like how Alucard looks.
Yeah,
he looks awesome to me.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, yeah, that's it. That's my nitpick.
All right, let's get to gushing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, first off, this. First and foremost, this animation is like 4 minutes long.
Holy crap.
And it like shows.
It really shows, like, for all of the pacing problems we had with the last fight. That's the last time I'm going to bring up that one.
Okay. I'm going to hold you to that.
Okay, this fight just said, don't worry, we hear you. Here's this fight. This pacing is amazing. Everything feels steady. It's not too slow. When it does slow down, it's appropriate. But when it speeds back up, it doesn't feel like we missed something. It all feels very steady, very well balanced.
Yeah, and it fills up most of it with action. Like, it's not just like them like monologuing towards each other, which would have worked because it's Dio.
Yeah, but
we don't want a repeat of Lex versus Doom now.
No, we don't. And that, I feel like, if there was stuff that was supposed to be here, I feel like maybe cutting it was for the best, because again, it would have felt like it dragged on too much, and we just wouldn't have this, because holy shit, it's like, again, pacing. This is probably the best paced animation we've had this season.
Arguably. Also, can we just like drool over these like 3D backgrounds?
Yes, I said it. I said it in my own video. This is hands down. I know I've said it before, but this time I say it, I mean it, and I'm done with it. This is the best incorporated use of the 2D sprites and the CGI they have been using for the backgrounds, because London itself feels so good. It looks so good. It feels like it's literally a Lost Helsing episode, and I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, if you keep saying it, that means it keeps getting better, which is good.
Yeah. Yes, because again, it's like Helsing. The atmosphere. Helsing is all about atmosphere, and it's kind of like Batman the Animated Series in its architecture, where London is very noir, it's very gothic, and it kind of is set in a timeless time period where they use, where it's kind of mid-century with modern technology.
Yeah.
And, oh god. Like, I want to live in this city, and I want to drown. I want to drown in the blood shit that hit this city.
Good. The ocean of blood looks really so good. That's like the best use. That's like the best water physics I've seen in a death battle, and it's not even for a 3D fight.
Exactly, and that's kind of the irony in this, is that only the background and the effects are 3D, but the character sprites themselves are very good. Although, one nitpick I did hear from Sean, I don't know if anyone else feels this, but the world sprite does not look right to some people.
I think it's just the coloring.
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it.
I think it's just the coloring people had issue with. It's the same basic sprite that every sprite animation with Dio uses. But like, it's not colored right compared to its appearance in the anime. Like, the colors are very, like, muted. I mean, not muted, but, like, the world is just very beige. It does look a little weird, but it's not something I can, like, lose sleep over.
Fair enough. But everything else, yeah. Okay, choreography wise,
good lord, good lord.
Heck yeah.
Choreography in this is nuts. The fact that they use freaking okay, I genuinely popped off when they used the clock hands on Big Ben.
On Big Ben.
I absolutely love that part.
Yes, the Big Ben clock fight was amazing.
Yeah, I was definitely not expecting that, but I'm so okay with it.
Yes, like even the little stuff, like apparently, like when Dio doesn't have those knives that he stabs Alucard with in the beginning.
Yeah,
apparently,
they're
from the shop.
They're part of. It's like a little shop in the background. I think it's like. I forget what it's called. It's like knives something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what in the world? Like they don't need to do that.
Oh, but they did it anyway. Oh god.
Because like the knives Dio pulls out in the anime they're just there. He has them on his person.
Yes, but actually showing how he got the knives. Well, not showing, but just giving us an indication. Oh shit, he just went to that shop and took the knives.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of not showing, I absolutely love how they handled the world.
Yes.
That
was
like
so
aside from one instance, we only see the effects of the world through Alucard's perspective.
Yes. Which is genius.
Yeah, it's so cool. And even like the beginning, we don't see much of the world at all.
We don't.
We just see the effects of what it does.
Which is very good.
Catching the bullet, punching Alucard, like just in general.
Yeah.
They use the world really cleverly here, and I like it a lot.
That, and I think the atmosphere does a better job. The background and the lighting, it does an even better job of masking it. Like just showing us that we know it's there, but Alucard doesn't.
Because yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this is just the conspiracy theorist in me, but I feel like they had to have looked back on Jotaro versus Kenshiro and pretty much be like, okay, we're not going to show the stand from the combatant's perspective. I'm sorry, from the other combatant's perspective. Instead, we're going to keep it kind of a mystery to kind of hype it up and build its presence.
Well, the difference between this and Jotaro versus Kenshiro is that Kenshiro can actually affect, well, maybe not affect, but he can sense.
He can see
the
it.
world.
Yeah.
So once he exploited that, the Star Platinum is out in the open. There's no need to hide it anymore. But before that, Star Platinum was pretty well hidden.
Yeah.
But that's the only difference. In this one, Alucard can't see the world.
Yeah.
So, there's no point in showing him off completely.
Yeah. Either way, but still though.
Also, I don't mention this very often because it's just kind of a there aspect for me most of the time until it really sticks out. The sound design.
Oh yes. Thank God they did it right this time.
Yeah, the sound, when Dio hits Alucard with the Big Bang hand. Not Big Bang, you know what I mean.
Yeah. The roller.
Or even Dio, when Dio stops time and we actually see it through his perspective. I was expecting them to just use the standard JoJo's time stop sound. It would have worked fine, but they do it in a way that's it's very booming. It feels more like an explosion or a shotgun.
Even the gun sound effects from Alucard's guns sound so good.
So good.
Which, oh God, again, there are so many great moments in this fight. It really feels like they were allowed to go all out for just this sprite fight, and I thank God for that because really it feels like You wouldn't have it any other way. And I feel like that's all thanks to Liam and his quality control. But they knew where to have
setting Liam as the director for this fight was it was the most obvious thing in the world. You had to do that, but
yeah.
But it was definitely a good decision. I would have had it. I would not have accepted this fight if Liam wasn't, at the very bare minimum, the writer. But now that he's like in the director's chair, there was no other option.
And he did a good job of pacing this out, because, again, even though I just mentioned the pacing, but really it is a prime contributing factor here, is like, you feel everything. You feel the tension. You feel like it's a back and forth matchup, but in the end, it's like, God dang, did you feel like you just went on the most epic roller coaster ride of your life.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And this has helped also. I mean, we're going to talk about the voice acting itself later, but just the writing.
Yeah.
First off, I want to say I'm very glad that they didn't like overload it with abridged memes.
There was only one abridged reference, and this is a confirmed abridged reference.
Yeah. Obviously, it's an abridged reference.
The whole Alucard walking, going for a walk, and then shooting the cat. Yeah, that's it. That's the only abridged reference.
Well, Alucard also had an abridged line.
He did, yes. So thankfully they kept.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
No. Yeah, no. The whole going for a walk and then shooting the car that Dio is in. That is a confirmed abridged reference.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm glad, even for Dio, like keeping the JoJo's abridged stuff to a minimum, to barely even it being there at all. And if it was there, I didn't notice it. Then again, I don't watch JoJo much, so that's probably a me thing. But
yeah, same here. So if there were any, I only have seen Hellsing Ultimate and Ultimate abridged.
But like everything Dio said, I thought was like perfectly in canon with his character. Same with Alucard.
Yeah, no, that does kind of address the concerns I know a lot of people had when we get into the voice acting. They were afraid that this was going to be abridged Alucard and not Hellsing Ultimate.
I'm very thankful it isn't.
Like, even though there are two abridged references, this very much feels like Hellsing Ultimate.
Yeah, this is definitely canon Alucard.
Especially with
the abridged voice actor.
Which, again, it all comes through the sprite work, and the sprite work does a great job. Like, again, him using his telekinesis to pull one of the last remaining hands off of Big Bam to fight with somebody, him using his shadow manipulation to create kind of Dr. Octopus-looking hands to walk, the gliding that he does. Like, all of that is so good, and I really loved the attention to detail in that.
Yeah. Also, I know this is kind of like a sort of cutting corners thing, but the way they handle level 0 as well, like the army, the zombies are Marvel vs. Capcom.
Whatever.
Which we're seeing.
It is literally whatever. It's literally in this episode.
But hey, they made a return, because the first time they appeared in a death battle was Leon. Yep, Leon versus Frank. So
there you go.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Of course,
it is cutting corners, because like obviously Alucard's familiars are like they're
a bunch of different people over the millennia.
Yeah, but whatever, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, it's really whatever.
I couldn't care less. I mean, again, it's throwing zombies in there with vampires just makes it even more hype for me.
Although I do think it would have been kind of funny if they threw Luke Valentine in there, just because he and Dio share the same voice actor.
That would have been so cool.
But,
or even the Dandy Man. Or even the Dandy Man would have been nice, you know, but whatever. Also, too, my last favorite thing, Hellsing-wise, and this, again, just goes to show how big of a fan Liam is we got to see Dracula Tepesh appear for a couple of seconds before he reverts back to Alucard, which I loved that, and they nailed his design. It legit looks like it's pitched right off of the show.
Yeah.
So, so good. So, this is probably the best sprite animation of the season. Like, we've only got 2, well, technically 3 left, but we're coming towards the end, and I'm sorry, I don't see them coming this, I don't see them topping this. I could see Madara and Aizen maybe coming close, but I don't see them topping this.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yes, we will.
But although on the topic of the writing and the dialogue,
voice acting.
These voice actors are
okay. Can we?
I honestly, I'm just gonna be upfront. I know this is gonna sound weird coming from me because you know how I'm a sim for Parasyte, but
yes.
I honestly don't think I would have cast anybody else.
Yeah, which that is something I would like to kind of just have us talk about Dio first, because he really is. Alucard is obviously going to be the MVP of this, but I will say this: I
don't know actually.
Well, okay, yeah, I don't know.
Taka is definitely the more definitely
he's more experienced.
Yeah, he's more experienced, and he's voiced Alucard before. He knows what he's doing. It's just he's now voicing the canon Alucard, and I think he does it well. I always knew he could, but he pulls it off really well here. But we had no idea about Tom Shulk as Dio.
No, we didn't, and that kind of
guessed.
brings up a kind of interesting hypothesis: is what if Tom didn't voice him? What if they actually did bite the bullet and just get Antfish?
I think I would have liked it less. Not gonna lie.
I can't really judge it because I can't really judge it because I couldn't find any clips of Antfish's Dio in time. So I mean,
I will say, no, Tom is not like a 1-to-1 rendition of Dio from the anime. He's definitely not Patrick Seitz. But he's one of those voice actors. He's one of those impersonators in Death Battle where it's you don't sound like the character you're voicing, but you talk like the character you're voicing.
You talk and you have the mannerisms down to a T.
Is the voice accurate? No, but the way he says it is.
Well, to be fair, the same could be said for Taka, and I think that's kind of why people have pretty much loved Taka as Alucard, because obviously he's not the great Crispin Freeman. Nobody can be Crispin Freeman, but holy shit, next to Crispin Freeman, he is the best Alucard. So I really feel like the same can be said for Tom. I could even see Tom being in. I would like this, but Tom's performance was so good, I could totally see him being casted in something JoJo official.
I'd be down.
Maybe because obviously the Mortas, I know those are difficult, and you really can't, frick around with it because you have to get the speed and the pitch right, and I think he did a good job.
Yeah, when he's shouting out his battle cry, it kind of sounds like he's mixing in a little bit of I'm gonna butcher his name. Takahito Koyasu. Dio's Japanese voice actor. It kind of sounds like he's mixing that a little bit into the Mudas.
Which, if he is, and if he did, holy shit, that's good dedication, and I think I can tell that he's a big fan.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I want to bring it up one more time. How freaking weird is it that he was the freaking Kool-Aid Man?
What a
turnaround!
Dear gosh.
I love him. I think he was really good as the Kool-Aid Man, but talk about
him out of the water.
Even then, talk about a turnaround.
My God.
This is some Nick level shit right here in terms of range.
Yeah. Okay. No. I need to gush about just the guy in general. So this freaking guy, Tom Shulk, has one of the most versatile voices I've ever heard.
Oh goodness.
So not only even in Death Battle, he was Dio Brando and the freaking Kool-Aid Man.
Yes.
But outside of that, just like I think a few days ago, I linked in our general chat. He spliced together some like confrontation between Goku and Vegeta and dubbed it over to make it sound like they were ripping off Star Wars. Like Goku and Vegeta straight up have the same conversation as Obi-Wan and Anakin before their fight.
Right.
And he said in the tweet like, oh man, I'm so glad I found this clip. Like, not even alluding to the fact that it was faked. So I saw it and I was like, okay, so this is just like, so they really did rip off Star Wars. All right, so let's see what their replies have to say. And I bump into Liam of all people, saying like, dude, I actually thought you got Sean and Chris on here. I'm like, wait, what is he talking about? Wait, what? This man actually voiced over both Goku and Vegeta, and he sounds freaking perfect.
Well, now you need to reset that. I need to hear this.
Okay, yeah, I'll DM it to you. Give me a second.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's cool. That's very cool.
There you go. Wait, what? I said the wrong thing. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I meant to send the actual link. I sent the message link. My bad.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh. Also, you never sent it. You never sent it to me. I don't think.
Okay, fine.
Sorry.
Here. You know
Just don't worry about it then.
Bam. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Sorry.
Okay. Well, either way.
So now, but anyways, no. Not only that.
Yeah.
He also does a good Batman. I saw his where Batman's
good,
parents died SFM. Holy shit.
Okay, not only that, but I also, when it was announced that he was voicing Dio, okay, I went to his YouTube channel because he has his own YouTube channel.
Yes, he does.
I was scrolling through it to see if I could find anything that could convince me, like, yeah, this guy can impersonate a character voiced by Patrick Seitz. I never found one, and turns out, yeah, he doesn't sound like Patrick Seitz, but you know we already said that. But I did bump into a couple of videos I watched a lot when I was younger.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just this is totally off topic, mostly. But just let me have this, okay? So
okay.
These videos, they're called It's called Pokebuds. I watched it I think it was around the time the Pokemon Battle Royale came out. So that just goes to show how old they are. But it's literally just like mostly just Charizard and Blastoise, but they're like having a casual conversation with each other. Like one video is about like, is Charizard the best Pokemon? And then like the other one is like something about the World Cup. That's probably a Pokemon thing. I don't know. But like in both of those videos, he voiced a grand total of 6 Pokemon. He does all of the voices in those 2 videos. He voiced a grand total of 6 Pokemon. And all 6 of them, I kid you not, all have very different sounding voices. Like no 2 Pokemon sound exactly the same. So this man can do several different voices. And on top of all that, I bumped into a video reel. Like there was apparently like this voice acting, like voice 6, like impersonate 6 characters challenge or something going on Twitter a while back.
Yeah.
And one of the ones he picked was Starscream.
Yeah.
I watched it. I was like, oh, this dude sounds good.
Okay. Okay. So, remember how I said he voiced Darth Vader once?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just remembered this now, and I re-looked it up just to make sure my memory was correct. His Darth Vader was so good that he actually auditioned to voice Darth Vader in Star Wars Theory's Vader fan series. He didn't win. He didn't win the auditions, but he actually made it to the finalist. So this man is so good at voicing James Earl Jones that he legit almost got the part.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh
so
my.
what we're saying is that we need this guy to come back when they do Vegeta versus Thor.
Yes,
him. There. Well, again,
Okay,
at that point, there were.
If they don't get Lanny.
If they don't get Lanny, I would like it to be Tom or or my guy. I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. I'll mention it in the comments. But either way, yes. If his Vegeta is that good, he voices Vegeta in Masako X's Dragon Ball R&R series.
Okay, well then I don't know.
Okay, but either way,
no.
yeah.
Okay,
but yeah. So the point that we've pretty much hammered in so many times by now. Tom is a fan-fucking-tastic voice actor, and in this it was no different. Which. Is kind of. I was really afraid this would be another Goku Black versus Reverse Flash situation,
where one voice actor overshadows
would
the
be
other.
the MVP. Yes, but no. Tom held his own.
I actually think Tom stole the show. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no.
I mean, okay.
No.
Alucard had, in my opinion, Alucard had the better lines, and Taka's delivery helped out with that.
Yes.
But
yes.
I actually think I like Tom's performance a little bit more overall.
I like them both equally, but again, I'm being biased here. I think I like Alucard just a bit more.
Okay.
But holy shit,
Yeah.
Tom! Yeah, Tom was so good. Again, this man is very good. And yeah, talking about Alucard for a second, I loved his lines. Obviously, one of them being, I'm a real fucking vampire, which felt so good to hear him say that again. Although, nitpick. I have one nitpick about that line, and that's the fact that it came from his Dracula form and not his Alucard form. And this up to me, that could have not been intentional on Taka's part, because Taka was probably handed the script and he didn't know that at that moment Dracula was going to show up when that line was dropped. That could have been the animator who just added that in.
Okay.
And I bring this up because obviously Brobuscus knows what I'm talking about, but Dracula Vlad Tepes is a completely different personality. It's his original personality. He even had
no idea. Not gonna lie.
Okay, well, never mind. Okay, well, when he's Dracula, when he goes back to his original form, he actually has his Transylvanian accent. So but when he's Alucard, his personality and voice shift. So they're the same person, but personality-wise, they're almost like two different people. And it's the same thing when Alucard when he goes into his woman form, he also has the voice of a woman.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So that was one nitpick.
What's great about that line, though, is that on one hand it is a reference to Hellsing Abridged, but also it works in the context of the fight because Dio isn't a real vampire.
Yes. I love how they made it work because again, this all goes back to the script. Liam could have just chosen all of the this could have just been another Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Kakashi where it's literally...
I'm so glad it isn't.
Because then it really would have been hard to take Alucard seriously.
It's okay, their names are backwards.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been hard, but either way.
Yeah. On the topic of taking him seriously, his line about being the birds of Hermes, the wings of Hermes.
Yes, that line was so good.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That line gave me chills.
It gave me chills too. I really loved it, and oh god! And even the line, even when he actually quotes from Hellsing Ultimate, he actually says, "If I'm a dog,
you're a dog.
You're
food.
dog." Oh,
so good. It felt it felt like obvious, kind of harkening back to Batman versus Iron Man, it felt kind of obvious, like, you know, I am Batman and I am Iron Man kind of thing, like. But like the way it was executed, just mwah.
Yes, and also, and the banter is also a good mix too. Like the fact that the very opening line you hear from Alucard is like, "You ruined my dinner." Funny, I was just about to have mine. Yeah. Oh, God, the voice acting.
Yeah.
This may be like, the best voice acting of the season.
I also probably. I also love how like they worked in Dio screaming the world. Like he doesn't just he doesn't just say the world.
No.
Like, he says I want to rule the world. Like I was like, oh man, that's clever. You smart. That's a smart way of including that. Because in the JoJo dub, I was a part of him a few times. He doesn't just say the world, stop time or whatever like he does in the sub, because that would make no sense.
Yeah.
But to hear that in English, that'd make zero sense. Like he says, like the world grinds to a halt. I'm like,
yes.
Good lord. So like I feel like that's kind of a subtle reference to that as well. So that's pretty neat.
It was. Oh man, it is. This voice acting, we've pretty much said all we have.
Yeah, I'm trying to delay it further because I don't want to talk about the music just yet until ZDogg comes back.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other stuff to say.
Dio's transition from the constant like muda to like at the end, like he goes like he does all his mudas and then he goes like just man, Tom was having a lot of fun, I can tell.
Oh yeah, he was. It was so good.
I'm not gonna lie, like I know this should be saved for the closing thoughts, but again, I want to delay as much as possible. The way they honestly, I feel like a sense of like satisfaction seeing Dio win this fight.
Yeah.
I have nothing against Alucard. He's a cool character, but just like maybe it's because leading up to it, like it was apparently like, and I made this point in my reaction, which is not out by the time this is recording because.
Damn it.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's okay.
Let's just say I had a very frustrating night. It was apparently like an unpopular opinion to say that Dio absolutely, like, no doubt wins this fight. So like to have that, and to have the ending we got, and have Dio win, it just felt very cathartic.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know. I mean, it's weird for me to say something like that about a character I really like. I like Alucard, like, and I'm kind of glad to see him get knocked down a peg.
Me too.
I mean, also because like I love Hellsing Ultimate. It's a good show, but like, Alucard is kind of like unstoppable. Like he just cannot lose.
Oh, now we can't.
Like, I mean, I don't mind that per se, but it's like every time Alucard gets into like a confrontation against someone, it's like, okay, so how long is this guy gonna last before Alucard goes all in? And usually it's not. Usually it is not very long.
Yeah.
So to see him like get a proper fight here, and then to have him lose, I like the guy, but I'm kind of happy to see it.
Yeah, me too. Although again, I really was. I wanted Alucard to win, but there was just no way he could win. And in the end, I was just. I'm happy Alucard got good representation.
Yeah.
And ZDogg is back.
Yep.
I wanted to be non-discreet about it. Sorry.
It's okay.
I saw your mic.
All right.
You're good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah.
We wanted
Don't worry,
to.
nothing
We didn't talk about the music yet. We wanted to delay it until you get back.
Okay, welcome back. So let's talk about Hell Over Heaven.
Yeah, Hell Over Heaven. First off, called it. Called the track name. Let's go.
Yes.
I still preferred. I still would have preferred Hell on the World, honestly. But this, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's still a good name, regardless. So.
And the track is great. So like whatever.
Yeah. I didn't mind.
It was pretty good. Definitely not my favorite this season, but it's still really good.
It's up there. It cracked the top 5 in terms of best non-vocal track.
Yeah. It's not competing with the vocal tracks, but
Yeah.
No.
as far as non-vocal tracks are concerned,
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I can.
Kings of Iron is still the best in my opinion.
Kings.
I'd have to listen to that one again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Although
but this one is very like dark.
Yeah, which is appropriate.
Also totally appropriate.
Yes. Also, I want to give a shout out to the instrumentations in the beginning because the very beginning,
it's very jazzy. It's nice.
Yes, it's very noir jazz. I love that. I'm a huge jazz noir person. I love that we have a cello. We have the electronic percussion. We have the drums. Everything is just so atmospheric and so gothic in this track. It very much fitted with the fight.
Yeah. And it's fun to listen to on its own, so that helps too.
It is, but unfortunately, I have to be that guy and obviously state the obvious. It's obviously not as good as John Talbane versus Saberwolf.
Well, like I said, it's not competing with the vocal tracks.
No. I meant I'm not talking in terms of vocals. I'm mainly talking about in terms of repeating memorable instrumentations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because obviously vocals, it's not fair.
I will say I think it's better than the Dark Lords.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, even Carnage versus Lucy is a slightly more memorable in my head than this,
well,
just
also
because.
Been out for what 3 years now? Like.
Yeah.
That probably is a tad bit of an unfair comparison.
Fair, but the Dark Lord's obviously better than. But either way, this is a damn good track, and it fits so well with the characters, and I'm so glad that they didn't just go ham with JoJo. They actually did keep the elements of Hellsing in there.
They did go JoJo in the end, though.
Yes, they did.
Something worth bringing up, yeah. The track does kind of spoil the result.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Whoops. Like, oh well. It's not. I mean.
It's not. It's not. Watch out, Samurai spoilers.
No, it's definitely not.
I mean, it's not even. Well, actually, I think it is kind of like Star versus Steven.
I'd say the track kind of opens itself up for maybe a fake out.
Yeah.
But like. It wasn't likely, but it was possible.
Yeah.
But like tracks like "Watch Out, Samurai," like they threw in the freaking Samurai Jack theme at the very end when really they didn't need to.
Or something like Hearts of Light, where it's the final half is just Kingdom Hearts, heavy Kingdom Hearts related.
Yeah. But then also on the flip side, we also have tracks like "Devil of the Night," which very heavily bases itself on the Netflix Daredevil theme. So like it was always possible that it maybe could open itself for a fake out, but it doesn't. So if you did listen, I mean I did, but like if you did listen to this track on its own and weren't expecting a fake out, I'm sorry, but that's just kind of how things work out.
Yeah.
But like we said, it's definitely not the worst example of spoiling the result in the track. I still think Watch Out Samurai is the worst in that regard.
Absolutely.
It's a good track, but they really ruined it at the end, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't mind that tune, but like, wow, it does not need to be in the track. I actually argue, a little side tangent, but I'd actually argue it probably doesn't need to be in the episode either. But even if it did, why not just have it like in the episode and not have it in the track? When you take that out, the track still ends relatively decently.
Yeah, kind of like Deadpool's musical in Deadpool versus the Mask.
Yeah, like that doesn't need to be there. Like they could have just taken it out and it would honestly be for the better. I like the music as a whole, but like they had me, and then right at the last second they're like, oh yeah, this is in the track. Okay.
Yeah. Whoops.
And
that is why I wait till after the episode to listen to the track. So, just in case.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Chaos Unraveled didn't do that, which is the only one I listened to.
That was.
Thankfully,
that was so not spoilerly that Brandon actually posted the lyrics in a Discord server before the episode came out.
Yeah.
Like he was that confident. Like, no, this isn't meant to be a spoiler. Lay off my back. Anyways, yeah, this track slaps, and this episode as a whole.
Yeah,
slaps.
it's really good.
Yep,
very good, very good. Worth the year-long wait, I'd say, honestly.
Yeah.
Of course.
Worth the long wait, and worth the years of the year worth of teases.
Yes, I really think like this was hands down worth it. It was. God, what else is there to say? This was the best episode we've had in a long time, and it's arguably the best Halloween episode, in my opinion. And it'll definitely stand. It'll age like a fine wine.
Yeah, I would honestly say that it's a contender for best episode of the season.
It definitely cracked. Yeah, it definitely.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah, it cracked my top 10, possibly even top 5 favorite episodes in general, just because of how much.
Yeah, this also might be like one of the top contenders of like best episode of the show. It's that good.
Yeah, yes,
that good and
absolutely.
It has that much passion put into it.
The only thing holding it back from me from saying it's the best episode of the show, aside from major bias for other past episodes that already are on that list.
That's the thing.
Yeah, is okay.
I'm left with a very difficult decision on if I want this episode to dethrone Batman vs. Iron Man as my favorite.
I mean, to me, it already has.
I imagine, but like, you gotta understand, I'm biased as crap.
As am I.
Gosh.
But
yeah.
But the fact that I'm torn at all should speak volumes.
It really should, yes. Aside from a very weak death, this really is a great package. But now I'm curious to hear ZDogg's thoughts, because I want to go back to his I can't even talk. God dang it! I want to go back to his disagreement.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say outright, this is probably. I don't know. I'm honestly torn between this and Black Thorn.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely a tie between those two. And once again, restating this, Black versus Thorn is currently my third favorite of the season. Like, okay, don't get me wrong, I still really like this episode. I know I didn't really have much to say that these two weren't already saying. That's why I couldn't really chime in much. But like, I don't know. It's just, I guess
you'll get your time to shine in the next topic.
True. like, I don't know. I don't think, even though if I have like a solid reasoning, it's just okay. Well, I'm biased towards Ryuko Shadow. That's probably gonna stay on my number one, and then of course Yoda Mickey is still up there. But like Black Thorn, it's because Black Thorn, I guess I just preferred like the, I don't even know what to say. Like, just all the action. Well, I don't know.
You were more invested in both Black and Thorn than you were here because
only just slightly.
Yeah,
honestly,
because...
I guess I just preferred like how it got even more insane with that fight than it did this one. And Rose does in fact exist.
That's true. Yes, I could totally see it.
I will agree that Reverse Rose is probably the better track.
Absolutely.
And I should emphasize this. I am absolutely not dissing this episode. It's just this season has a lot of good ones, and it's very difficult for me to choose. All the episodes.
Even if I go back, when I do my ranking, I really do feel like it's going to be a battle between this and Black versus Thorn, because realistically, if I had to go off of investment, I'm only invested in one character for this episode, and that's Alucard, and I really want to be invested in both characters for me to come to a conclusion on why it's better than this episode. But really, it's like the only thing that's stopping it from fully being better than Black versus Thorn is the investment towards the other combatant, whereas that one, I'm invested in both combatants because I know both of them, and I've seen/read some of their stuff. Whereas here, I'm not a JoJo fan. Even after Jotaro vs. Kenshiro, I'm still not a JoJo fan.
Y'all need to.
That's fine.
Y'all need to get some culture.
Wait, why me? I like JoJo.
You have not kept up with part 3. Don't lie to me.
Okay, yeah, but listen, it's long and I don't like watching sub.
Suck it up.
I mean, I've seen a lot of clips of part 3, so I basically know a lot of what happened anyway.
Fine.
I'm still gonna eventually finish it. Don't worry.
Also,
there's just too many damn anime in the world. Okay.
Okay, he's not wrong there.
Yeah.
No, I can't argue that. Also finish Ruby. For the love of everything, I'm tired of keeping the spoilers from you.
Okay, fine.
ZDogg's got a lot on his plate.
Sorry, I had to get that off my chest.
No matter what happens, I'm all... Gosh, whatever.
Anyway.
Oh well, but no, like, don't get me wrong. I still really like this episode. Very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was Dio versus Alucard.
So do I rant about my reaction video now, or do I rant about it off screen?
I don't know. It's up to you.
ZDogg?
I mean, we still have a lot to get through, honestly, but...
Okay, I'll rant about it off screen. Okay. Next!
Which means... we're about to get to the next
Kombat! Oh, wait. I think the more appropriate thing is... Mortal Fighter!
Yes, it's up. I'm very excited. I don't know about you guys. I'm really excited.
Oh, no.
I don't know if I'd say I'm really excited, but I am excited.
Nostalgia is a big contributing factor to my excitement for this one.
Yeah, like I can completely understand the disappointment, but I'm just...
Anyway, so it's
raise your hand if you missed the Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat fights from 3 years ago. I imagine only like 5 of you raised your hand.
I'm secretly raising my one. I'm secretly raising.
Cool. Cool. So you are now one of the 5 people. Congrats.
Woo! Yeah, but you know what? It's about time, because after 5 whole years, or should be more, because Cammy vs. Sonya doesn't exist. It should be more, because Cammy vs. Sonya is garbage. Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter finally get paired up against each other again.
And it's
In
the
a battle of
matchup
some-
that should have happened.
Should have happened.
Yeah, the
matchup
matchup that should have happened between two of the most iconic, not just fighting game bosses, I'd argue, but video game bosses in general. That is Akuma versus Shao Kahn.
God.
Okay, we have a bit to talk about here.
Let's go. Yes, we do.
Yes, I can actually be excited for this one.
So this is a bit of a this has garnered quite a bit of a interesting reaction amongst the community. Some people, like Mr. Dog here, are super into
Mr.
it.
Bender. And Mr. Bender. Go on.
Other people are super out of it.
Well, then their opinions don't matter. Get out of here. Kidding.
Gosh.
Well,
Gosh.
this has
yeah.
warranted a bit of I don't want to say controversy, but
No, it's just very mixed, I've seen.
yeah.
Tell them I
Yeah.
hate them now.
Okay, to be fair, most of the negative reaction is mostly because it's not Akuma Rao, which is honestly fair because that fight is pretty cool, but, I mean...
Yeah.
It's Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. This isn't even a debate that was made up specifically for this show. This goes back to mine and ZDogg's era and Brobuscus, respectively. Sorry. I don't know if you
fine.
were
I
a
actually
90.
didn't play much arcades when I was a kid, especially these two games.
Oh, and you talk about us getting culture? What the frick?
That was a long time ago, my guy. You still have not seen JoJo. So,
Either way. So this is a debate that has been going on for nearly 30 years because both Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat were the most popular fighting games, arcade and home console-wise. There would be playground debates over which one was better. So
much so
this
that,
is
even
kind of important.
So much so that people have even like tagged Ed Boon on Twitter asking like, "Hey, is there a possibility we could see a crossover between Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter?"
Which would be cool, admittedly.
It would be cool, but, and he was like, maybe.
If Capcom would freaking take their balls out of their purse and freaking say yes.
If they would like get their fighting game side of things in check. I mean, they've like progressively made Street Fighter V a good game, but it started out pretty rough. Darkstalkers is still freaking dead. And I don't think we really need to talk about Marvel vs. Capcom.
That never happened.
No. Well, until we'll bring it up later, but that's whatever.
Let's not even mention how under fucking rated Street Fighter Cross Tekken is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how its Tekken counterpart is in development hell. Borderline canceled.
So, either way, whatever your thoughts may be, this fight holds a lot of special significance because it's not just because it's Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter, it's because it's the Season 1 champion, the character, the second episode character that started it all, versus the second season combatant that continued it.
Yeah, like, I'll be honest, I feel like out of all characters, except maybe Samus, I think Akuma is like one of the most deserving characters of a run back on the entire show.
Oh, absolutely! Like, especially
he had plenty of matchups to choose from. Like
For
not
real.
just Shao Kahn.
No, he really did. And they always talked about bringing him back, especially when they did reuse episodes. They really made it a point to hype up Akuma when they had to scale him to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it always just
For
felt
real.
like, okay, maybe we'll get it, but I'm happy that it's this season.
Yeah, I feel like this season was definitely the right one to bring him back.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, it's definitely the season to bring back this, like, these two franchises
Rivalry.
against each
Yeah, definitely. Because we like I mentioned, even though I don't want to.
There was really no option to bring such an iconic rivalry than Akuma and Shao Kahn.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because like I said, these two have had a 5-year break from fighting each other, which is kind of insane. Which I'm also kind of glad because they did branch out and finally gave Tekken a Street Fighter Tekken episode. Dear gosh.
And also this year was a big year for Mortal Kombat. You had the live-action reboot, and you had the second animated film. So it really feels like
Mortal Kombat Legends if you haven't yet. That stuff's actually really good.
I would just watch Scorpion's Revenge. I don't really think you need to watch the second.
I thought Battle for the Realms was fine. I agree with the general complaint. Spoilers, by the way. I agree with the general complaint that they like kind of shoehorned in Shinnok. Like Shinnok, the one being they kind of like threw that in when it's really just supposed to be the final tournament.
That's right.
You know, that aside, I think Battle for the Realms is fine.
Well, you're in a small minority then.
Well, then I will die in this minority.
Alright, well, speaking of dying...
Although I will agree Scorpion's Revenge is better.
There you go.
But now this fight's a big deal, and I mean,
So much so that it could be argued that this could be anybody's fight.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. So what are our thoughts on these two franchises and these two characters? What do we think? Do we like these two? Do we hate these two? Do we wish both of them would die?
I can answer that question right the hell now. I am wearing a Mortal Kombat shirt.
Nice.
Yes, and I shit you not. My first exposure to fictional violence was at an age of 2 years old when I saw my father play the first Mortal Kombat.
You poor child.
No. That's the fucked up part. No. That's the fucked up. When my father would do a fatality, I would jump up and down in giddy. I love that shit. Yes, I was not freaked out as you would imagine. I fucking ate that shit up.
Gosh.
So yes, I have played.
If my parents saw like 10-year-old me watching Mortal Kombat, they would freak out.
Yeah, I've played every video game. Except the bad ones. We don't talk about the bad ones. I've played every good commercial video game. I have seen the 1995 original movie so many times. It's so fucking good. By the way, Christopher Lambert, best Raiden, bite me. And the shitty sequel. I have seen Mortal Kombat, the series. I've seen the series, the live-action series, which is so fucking pissed off that got canceled. By the way,
have you seen Mortal Kombat Legacy, where they get freaking Virgil to play Kenshi?
That's what I was referencing, yes. That is exactly what I was referencing. Until they fucking canceled it!
So random.
Gosh.
Yeah, exactly. And they got the freaking Shane Tsung's actor to reprise his role. As bald Shang Tsung, no less.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was bald. Oh, and Liu Kang turns emo and joins Shang Tsung's side. So
where's
my
gun?
Gosh.
Well, as for me,
yes,
I do have both Legends movies. I have seen all of the live action stuff, even the bad ones. I have MKX, haven't played it yet, and I have MK11. Still don't have MK9. I'm looking for that. I did at one point have MK versus DC when I had a PS3, but I sold that.
How dare you? That's an important piece of history, you bastard.
Well, I was stupid. I was a stupid kid. Okay.
It's okay. I'll let you.
I also needed money, so.
Okay, now I can understand.
And as of this moment, you'll see it in my reaction. I'm not gonna pull up a picture on this video. If my reaction ever comes out, I have the McFarlane Toys Shao Kahn on my desk.
Nice.
By the way, if you plan on getting this thing, be careful of all of the sharp-looking bits, because I guarantee you, if it looks sharp, it is.
Yeah, McFarlane Toys don't fuck around.
They really don't, and it hurts, actually. I generally poked myself posing this thing.
Oh no.
Testing the posability on this thing.
Damn.
But as a side note, that's really my only issue with this figure. It looks like he came out of the game. But like posability-wise, he's a borderline brick.
Yeah. Side note before I tag in ZDogg, I don't like MK11 Shao Kahn's design. It looks fucking stupid.
I don't mind the design. I wish he did more. I just wish he did more in the story. That's really my only issue with Shao Kahn and MK11.
Well, I wish the story in general was better, but you know we can't all get what we want, unfortunately. Anyway, ZDogg, explain to us your history.
Okay, I'll be honest. I don't have much gameplay history on these two. I mean, it's mostly just watching YouTube videos and occasionally like watching people play it. But like, I honestly really like both series. Like, character-wise, like game. Well, I have MK11 on Switch, which takes up so much room. Gosh, why? And I own Ultra Street Fighter 4, which both are a lot of fun. And I know a lot about. Well, okay, I haven't watched much. Like I haven't seen the full movie, but I have watched like snippets of like the MK movie, and stuff, and it looks pretty funny. The original too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new one, but it looks really good. But no, I really
like the only person. Side note: I seem to be like the only person in the history of the world who actually really likes the new movie.
You're really not alone. There are plenty of people who like it. It's just it's got problems.
Well, you sure could have fooled me.
Yeah.
Well, either way.
But no, I really like both series, and I want to get more into them honestly. And I also really like both. Both his characters. Akuma's just a straight up badass.
Yeah.
No way around it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Akuma's pretty great.
Me and Brobuscus didn't give our history with Street Fighter. I played a bit of Street Fighter. I played Street Fighter. I think I played the original Street Fighter 2. I did play Street Fighter 4. I did see the Street Fighter live action film, the first one, not the Chun-Li one. Do not watch the Chun-Li. Okay, I'm about to make a crazy statement. I kind of think the first live action Street Fighter film is pretty decent.
I actually don't know if that's a hot take. I'm not gonna lie. I just said that.
That is a hot take, actually, because okay. Let me put it to you. Let me put it to you like this: Jean-Claude Van Damme is Guile.
I did know that. I did know that.
No. But just once you hear what he's like as Guile, you'll just be like, why did he choose this over playing Johnny Cage in the? Which, by the way, side note, Johnny Cage was actually based off of Jean-Claude Van Damme. They asked Jean-Claude Van Damme to be, I think, in the digitized version of MK1 and in the live-action film, but he said no.
So sad.
Rip.
Yes. Yeah, so sad. So, yeah, anyway, and finally, I saw the animated film, the one where you get to see Chun-Li in a suggested situation. Yeah.
Dear gosh.
Gosh.
So, yes, but I do think, and I even saw the live-action Rising Fist series.
Is that a noof?
There was.
I feel like that's a noof.
No, that's a positive.
Okay. Just want to make sure. As for me, I haven't played much of the series. I do have Street Fighter V. I just never got around to actually playing it. Most of my gameplay experience with Street Fighter is from Marvel vs. Capcom. So, you know, okay, to be fair, MVC3 is really good.
It is.
I played like the mobile version of MVC2. Like, there's a mobile version of it apparently. It's not that great, but if you want to play MVC2 on the go, then it could be worse. Same with apparently there was like a mobile version of Street Fighter 4.
Oh yeah, there was.
And I did play that, and again,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. It's not that good, but like, it could be worse. It's like the best thing I could say about it is like, it could be worse. I haven't seen any of the movies. I know exactly what Richard is talking about with the Chun-Li thing.
I don't know. I don't think I want to know.
No, I don't think you do. Let's see. I think that's it, actually.
Yeah, but no. Well, I guess I'll just wrap up my thoughts then. I really like both characters. I really like, even though I don't really agree with like. Well, I don't know if a lot of people just like MK11 Shao Kahn, but like I personally didn't mind him that much. I thought it was cool.
MK11 Shao Kahn's fine. He just doesn't do a whole lot. And then he gets not one, but well, okay. He technically only gets one, but like in the original MK11, it seems like Katana just straight up kills him.
Yeah.
Which is a kind of unceremonious death for him.
Gosh.
But then MK11's like, no, he's actually alive. He's just blinded. Or MK11
Yep.
Aftermath, I mean.
Yeah, Aftermath.
And she just blinded him and imprisoned him, which is arguably worse. And then he really does get one of the most unceremonious deaths in Mortal Kombat history, which is a really impressive feat, actually.
Gosh.
But I like Shao Kahn. He's a very he's a very simple villain. Like he's a conqueror. That's his whole thing. Like that's his whole shtick, and that's all he is. And that's fine. He's still peak MK villain in my opinion. Though how much he's competing with is up to your imagination. Yeah, and despite not being much of a Street Fighter fan, I like Akuma. He seems pretty cool.
Yeah, he's really cool. He's a really cool character.
Where did Richard go?
That's a very good question.
Okay. Let's stall for a little bit then.
Alright.
What is with this episode installing? Anyways,
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. We pretty much went over the legacy of this fight pretty well as well. I mean,
yeah, it's a big rivalry.
It's like one of the biggest rivalry in death battle history. I want to say.
I'm back.
Okay.
Hello. So yeah, I mean, and then I know a lot of people like groan, but I don't know if a lot of people groan. Like it's not on with DC. But like I said before, I am glad they branched out to other fighting game franchises. But it is kind of nice to be back with this rivalry again. I'll be honest.
Yes.
Yeah, so especially since there's not really a lot of these matchups that are left. That
yeah.
Well, I don't know if popular. It's pretty much like the only ones I can really think of are Jack's Guile.
Yeah, same here.
And then Guile's got others.
Yeah.
And then Jax has one other, but
yeah.
Yeah. Jax is really. Yeah. Hopefully he gets a good.
But
Gosh.
Yeah, it does feel kind of refreshing to be back here. I understand why people are, mixed about it.
Yeah.
Especially since it isn't Akuma Rao.
Yeah. Or for that matter.
But yeah, it does feel kind of refreshing to be back.
And don't worry, I'm sure we'll get Akuma Rao someday.
Someday.
Hopefully.
Oh
Maybe.
yeah, by the way, side note, Luis was spitting absolute facts on Twitter.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, he was.
So Luis posted on Twitter, I guess in response to the disappointment to Akuma Khan.
Akuma.
Akuma, that's funny.
I like
I don't
it.
know. God.
But anyways, yeah, he posted on Twitter. Like he said, like, I'm sorry if you're disappointed, but like, don't pretend like we're not gonna be able to do that do a match at some point, like with like returning combatants, DBX, DBX matchups becoming death battles becoming DBXs, blah 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 blah. All the works. Your matchup will happen at some point, in some regard, at least.
Which also makes me a bit happier because of certain because of certain things, but you know.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. I guess this leads into production. Bing, bang,
Yeah.
boom. It's probably a sprite fight, and I'll probably be proven wrong tomorrow because
Of course. No, well, you're gonna be like proven wrong like during this discussion.
Yeah. To make this to point this out, we are recording this the day that Dio versus Alucard came out on YouTube. The commentary isn't out yet. That will be out tomorrow. They might drop the animation style there. So if it is, then just know that we didn't know it at the time.
Nope.
Yeah, we're hinging our bets that it's probably going to be a 2D, just with the pattern, because again, they usually only do so few 3D fights, and towards the tail end, they rarely have a 3D fight before the season finale. Although last year that was an exception for the Red versus Blue battle.
Yeah.
But generally, they don't do it.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't be like terribly surprised if this ends up being 3D.
No.
But I think it's more likely to be sprites.
Yeah.
I agree.
Especially with how like classic Street Fighter is. I guess to an extent Mortal Kombat, but more so Street Fighter. If we have had a 3D Street Fighter fight before, yeah, but
yeah, which was good.
But also weird thing. Oh wait, Gorma Champ. Never mind. I was gonna say like we haven't had a 3D Mortal Kombat fight yet, which is weird.
Yeah.
But then I remember Gorma Champ. Whoops. Anyways.
You are forgiven.
It's okay. Yeah. I think it's more likely that this is a sprite fight, and if it is, we mentioned this off camera. We're all hoping that it's the same sprite from Canary Sindel.
Yeah, because dear gosh, we don't need to go back to the live action sprites.
No, the digitized sprites have not aged well. They really, really haven't.
There is a reason why we haven't had them since Sub-Zero versus Places. Jesus. Okay.
Yep.
Now that we're done groaning internally,
yes.
What do we expect from this fight? Just not before we even get into like music and voice acting and whatnot.
I guess what I won't expect is good on the ground hand-to-hand choreography.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Where do you think this fight's gonna take place? Like, how do you think they're gonna handle the location?
I kind of hopes it's in a Mortal Kombat arena, or like Kahn's arena.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I see it taking place more in a rocky area. I don't know, maybe just because that fits with Akuma.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, I can see it being either. It feels like every time we mention like, oh yeah, we could get like a tournament out of it, or like an arena style fight out of this, it never happens.
Yep.
But like with Shao Kahn being like the big overseer, I suppose, of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
It makes sense this time around.
Yeah.
Especially since like he's supposed to be like the big final challenge, and who else to be a perfect opponent to be like the final round of Mortal Kombat than Akuma.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But I also kind of feel like maybe they don't want to repeat Shao Kahn versus M. Bison, where they kind of did that.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm hoping for good sound mixing.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Like, for their attacks, for the punches, I really hope that the sound mixing is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
I want to feel the impact of Kahn's hammer.
Oh yeah, that's gonna have immediate.
If they can't do that, then I never thought it was possible that Shao Kahn versus M. Bison did a better job of the impact of the hammer than this.
Mm-hmm.
I also just kind of want Kahn to be like the biggest douche possible.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, because I mean that's how he is in Mortal Kombat. So.
Yeah, like doing in Mortal Kombat is freaking cheap.
Oh yeah, especially when he would kick your ass and he would taunt you like you weak, pathetic fool, or you suck. I'm sure he will be. Honestly, I guess if what I just want from this is ultimately, I want it to be better, or at least on the level of Heihachi versus Geese.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Which I know is a tall order, but... I guess I should mention, this fight's being written by Lousy. So...
My boy, Lousy.
Thought I would mention that. And I know I'm also getting ahead of myself here, but he's also the researcher for Kahn. So...
Oh, boy.
I'll give you 5 guesses who's the researcher for Akuma.
Tiki. No, just kidding.
Anyways,
it's Tiki, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Tiki, Liam, Speedy, Lousy again. Akuma.
There you go.
that doesn't sound right. He doesn't sound like a Street Fighter fan.
Yeah, probably not. He probably just chose that name because he thought it'd be funny for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Well, anyways,
how do we approach voice acting? Because these two are gonna be voice acted.
Yeah. I don't have any slight idea who could voice either of these two.
Okay.
So I want to harken back to the season 8 second half teaser we got, because we're 3 episodes into that teaser, and all the clips so far, I mean, they haven't all been used in their fights, but they're all from the voice actors in their fights, like all the voice clips we heard. So unless someone can pull up the original clip from a Street Fighter game of Akuma shouting, "This is terrific," I'm gonna go ahead and assume that that's his voice actor, and if it is, holy cow!
My God, it's pretty much spot on, honestly.
Well, not only is it spot on, but also like, where are your lungs? Like,
okay, well, how crazy would it be if Tom came back for a hat trick?
Oh my God! You know what? I would be okay with it.
Like, Tom is the Nick of this season?
Yeah, Tom's the new Nick now.
Where is Nell? He's everywhere on Twitter, but like...
He's nowhere on Death Battle.
Watch, he's gonna voice one of these two.
I guess if I could see him voicing somebody, it probably would be Akuma, because he... I don't know, you would have to get somebody with a deep voice for Kahn.
Yeah. I think Sean mentioned that maybe the guy who voiced Ganondorf.
I could see that.
Oh, true. Yeah, I could see that.
I can see that.
Or even somebody like God, his name Samurai Jack, All Might, and
Kaiji.
Zoro.
Kanji.
Yeah, Kaiji. There you go, Kanji. Yeah,
Kaiji Kang.
yeah, maybe him. He could do it.
Maybe.
I want to say Stephen Kelly, because he has done a pretty deep voice before with Zarathos.
That's true. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the hardest part for predicting voice actors. It could be it could be returning actors, or it could be completely new people.
Yep. Yeah.
Man, I missed the days when they would announce the voice actors before the fight came out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Or maybe announce them at the day, or maybe announce them hours after the fight. The previous fight has already come out.
Whoops.
Oh man, yeah. Remember when they would announce the voice actors like the day after the fight came out? Like
yeah,
the day after the last fight came out.
Whoops.
I do.
I miss that.
Me too. And we don't have actor. And the sad part is now we don't have actors who can tease who they're voicing.
Yeah.
We're back to being in the dark. Ironically.
Dang.
Oh well.
So how do you think the music's gonna play out?
I can see Brandon doing it.
Okay, well that's not my question.
I added it.
I can kind of like see it being like a darker tone, considering this too.
Maybe.
Like,
but I could also see maybe like a lot of like leitmotif of like general Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat themes.
Yeah.
Like maybe go for a little bit more of an arcadey feel, but maybe you still have it be like a little darker, a little more sinister.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could honestly see it being similar to Kings of Iron, but more darker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could say that.
Or maybe even Sirens of Combat.
That's probably a better example, yeah.
True, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they probably will, but I also really hope they include a snippet of the Akuma theme.
That would be nice.
My God, that'd be great.
I feel like you kind of would have to. Well, alright, well, I already mentioned who I think they would get to compose it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't see Theirwolf doing 3 tracks.
Well, Brandon did. I mean, it was during a hiatus, but...
Okay, true.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
That feels like an either-or to me. Like who's gonna compose it. You know what doesn't feel like an either-or, though?
The verdict.
Oh, God.
I'll take one dead Akuma for 100, please.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry, Akuma, you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
Really? Really?
Sorry,
really?
I'm not sugarcoating it at all, but like, yikes.
Okay, okay. This is ironic coming from me, but even I think, like, I don't think Shao Kahn's got this. But I don't know. My opinion could change. Like, it's very much I'm rooting for Shao Kahn because my childhood, but I don't know. I don't think Shao Kahn got this.
I'll be honest. Like, I'm not. Like, I'm not. I won't kind of come out. Like, because I never want to like have like a. I never want to think like there's no possibility for a character to win after Sasuke versus EA. But I just think the safer bet is for Shao Kahn here. If that makes sense.
Okay, well, Brobuscus did bring up something that does make it possible for me to see why Shao Kahn could have this, and that is the soul hacks.
Yeah. That's a big factor in this. One of the main questions here is, can Shao Kahn survive the Raging Demon?
Well,
here's the 100% dealio here.
yeah, here's the dilly and the sweets.
I love the reaction I got from the last episode. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, so here's how souls work in Mortal Kombat. They're not just a thing you have.
Right.
They're not regular souls like, you know, every other series ever portrays it. When someone has a crap ton of souls, it adds to their power. The more souls you have, the more powerful you are.
And naturally, Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn has millions
Oh,
of souls. In
Yeah,
the body
he
of
has
his.
a lot of souls.
Like the Raging Demon is a move that it targets a soul. Kahn has millions of them.
Yeah, so even if he lands the Raging Demon, there's no confirmation that it'll get the main. He's not gonna get. He's only getting out one of the souls, which is not gonna help him at all.
Yeah.
So.
And that's even assuming that the Raging Demon would work at all. But let's give Akuma a little bit of credit and say that it does.
Yeah.
Kahn also has soul hacks, and they're better than the Raging Demon. The thing is that Kahn's soul hacks aren't. They're not something There's something he can just do. The dude has complete control over them.
Right.
Yeah.
He like freaking murdered the crap out of Shang Tsung by absorbing all his souls, and him like putting a bunch of souls into one body is how he created Ermac.
True. Okay. Well.
So Akuma's the Raging Demon is one technique. It's a really good technique, yes, but but it is one technique. It's and it's more so used for a sort of finisher move. And that's great and all, but with Shao Kahn, it's something he can just will himself to do. It's not like a specific move. It's something he can just do. He can manipulate the souls of pretty much anybody. It's more likely for Kahn to affect Akuma's soul than it is for Akuma to think that is a threat and I need to take it out quick.
Yeah, basically.
Because that's a major thing about Akuma. The dude loves to drag out fights. Especially against foes that are insanely strong. And you want to know who's insanely strong?
No, dear gosh.
Yeah. This is where we get into the very interesting discussion on Mortal Kombat stats. So there's a lot of debate over how Mortal Kombat stats work. Bloody. The main thing I think is going to be brought up is Cetrion. Now, for those who don't know, Cetrion is an elder god who killed all of her elder god brethren and sisters because she's also the daughter of Kronika. That's all the long story.
Let's not get into that now.
Long story, very disappointing.
So the thing about Cetrion, so this is where we get into fatalities going. I think that using fatalities are fine. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'd probably make an exception for some. I would probably make an exception for something like smoke blowing up the planet.
That's a bit.
Or Cyrax blowing up the planet.
Or Cyrax doing the same thing, yeah. Cetrion.
Yeah, but
Cetrion. Setsuyan going bigger than Earth, I think that's fine. And it totally applies to Shao Kahn.
Yep, because he beat her.
Yeah, and not only that, but like, she and other Elder Gods empowered Raiden in the end of MK9. And yeah, he lost to that amped Raiden, but he still did pretty freaking good. Even tanking one of Raiden's blasts.
Well, also considering that he had just come back from being, killed by Liu Kang as well.
I mean, yeah. So anyways, Setsuyan grows to a size bigger than Earth. Fires a massive energy beam at her soon-to-be dead opponent. Bada bing, bada boom. You know how things go.
And then she blows up.
Yeah. So not only is she able to grow to that size, but she's also able to move her arms in tandem with the blast. So not only can you get some like solid planet level stuff out of that, but you can also get like, I think it's like 26% the speed of light.
Oh, great! I wasn't aware of that. Yeah. Listen, Akuma's impressive. He hits island level pretty easily, but like, he's not matching that, unfortunately.
No, he's not. I have heard like an argument that like, Kahn is more of a being of stature rather than power, and that is completely foreign to me.
Well, yes. Is he a more statutory person? Yes. Yes, he is. But Brobuscus and ZDogg and everyone else will agree with me. Shao Kahn is not afraid to get his hands dirty. He will beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, he will not hesitate to
times I got the crap beat out of me in MK3 should be an indication.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Mataro is worse. Screw Mataro. Anyways, yeah, let's see if that naturally have the blog open. Ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, assuming they stick with the whole meteor thing from, even that's not going to save them. Even if they do stick with the whole meteor thing from Ryu versus Jin,
yeah.
I mean, it just makes Planet Island Akuma more set in stone and does. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah. Also, isn't there some country level stuff for Akuma?
Yeah, it's Fatal Fury, not Fatal Fury. Final Fight scaling.
Yeah.
Because Final Fight has characters who appear in Street Fighter, so they like canon with each other. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can get some like country level stuff out of that.
There's also the question of will they scale him will they use Street Fighter cross Tekken scaling?
Doubt it. I think crossover scaling is out of the. I think crossover scaling is out of the question.
I mean, I think it makes more sense for Akuma, especially since he actually showed up in a Tekken game. Is like
part of the main story.
I mean, I don't think that's the same Akuma.
I've not seen any evidence to the contrary that it isn't.
That's another story entirely. It's
okay.
It's a can of worms. It's not really that much of a can of worms. I just don't want to get into it.
Fair enough.
So yeah, bada bing, bada boom. Akuma destroyed a meteor. That's pretty cool. He's got like some like quad digit Mach feat from like scaling to Bison, which is pretty cool. You can get some country level stuff out of Final Fight, which is pretty cool. Setsuyan scaling Go Burr. And before anyone mentions, as far as I know, I mean, this is meta arguing, I know, but I think Lousie's brought up in the past that he does buy the scaling, so.
Yeah.
Well.
Also, something we should probably get into, even though it doesn't save him, when they revealed in the season 8 trailer, they showed up Akuma with Oni.
Yeah, they showed Oni.
Yes, which to me,
that's cool.
So
I think they are going to use Oni. I'm going to take that bet.
I don't know why they wouldn't if they were going to show him.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the dealio about that.
It doesn't do anything.
Oni's very weird. It's like we know he's stronger in that form. Like it's his peak, because it's like
we just don't know.
Oni is basically what Akuma will inevitably turn into. The more he fights. That's just gonna be Akuma's future state. Like it's not some like super form or anything like that. It's just what
it's
Akuma
a state
will
of being.
become. Yeah, it's a state of being. It's what Akuma will become when he fully succumbs to the Satsui no Hado. But here's the problem.
We don't know how much stronger that is.
Yeah. We know he is stronger, but like, how much?
How much?
How much stronger? We have no idea, because there is no set multiplier, and the only feat Oni's got is erupting a volcano, which is fine, but compared to blowing up a meteor with a punch, volcanic eruption is meaningless.
Yeah.
So like, cool, Oni's stronger than Akuma. How much? And how much does that save him?
No, wait, where are you going? Come back? You haven't told us? No, okay.
So, yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what more I can say.
Yeah, I mean,
I kind of see where I kind of see where the whatchamacallit. I kind of see how Shao Kahn could now take this, because again, I love hearing the debate. I love hearing about this stuff, and maybe it makes me rethink. That is the biggest thing, is like, they're probably gonna have to end up making a speculated guess on what Oni is, and I think the best they'll come out to is maybe continental level, because he was already island level via one freaking punch. So really, it's most likely either continental level or mountain level.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, that's really all I've got. It just seems to me like Kahn is stronger, he's faster.
He has more experience. He's got millions.
Oh yeah, he's definitely more experienced. I'd say Akuma is probably the better fighter.
Well, I mean,
maybe.
I would also say Shao Kahn's more smarter.
Maybe, but I don't think it's to an insane degree.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Well, see, that's another thing. It's like, it's the same thing with, because somebody was asking, well, what about, will they include Armageddon Shao Kahn, where he gained the power of Armageddon?
I don't think so.
That's what
If I remember correctly, that required him to like merge with Blaze or something.
Yeah.
Not really applicable here.
Fair.
I mean, Kahn is probably faster, but I'd argue Akuma is probably more mobile.
I mean, the Raging Demon definitely helps out in that department, seeing as it's an instantaneous move kill. It's an insta-kill move.
Yeah. Kahn has the stats, he has the soul hacks. He has the better soul hacks, I should say. Akuma just seems like... I mean, no disrespect to Akuma, but like...
Oh no, he's awesome. It's just, in this fight, there's nothing he can really...
He's almost dead in the water.
Yeah, I'm siding
against him. And like I said, like, I'm still keeping an open mind just in case they do find something for Akuma that we're just not thinking of to make him win. But right now, Shao Kahn's got this in the bag.
And I'm just gonna say it right now because I know people are bringing it up. I know there's some people who are bringing it up as a joke, but I know other people are gonna bring it up unironically. No, I don't think we're getting Asura stuff.
No.
I don't think we're getting stuff from Asura's Wrath.
That's really reaching.
Oh yeah.
No, if we're getting that, then we're getting freaking DC scaling for Shao Kahn.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, DC Herald scaling, baby.
Um,
Gosh.
so, yeah. It's also why I don't think we're gonna get stuff like Street Fighter Cross Tekken or stuff like that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe Udon, but I don't see how Udon's gonna help. Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah, still really excited for this one though.
Yeah. Sorry, Akuma. I guess. Well, color me convinced. I guess childhood for the win, then. Yay!
Woohoo! Yeah, but like I said, I'm still really excited for this one. I've always been. I don't know how much of a hot take this is. I've always been more of a fan of this fight over Rao. I don't know why. Probably just because I had more experience with Kahn.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm more experienced with Kahn. I think Rao would probably make for. I don't know if I'd say a better fight, but I don't know. I think Rao's good in his own right. Arguably, could be considered better than Shao Kahn, but
Yeah.
Kahn is probably the way to go. And if anybody was going to appear to be Akuma's match,
Yeah.
who better than Shao Kahn? Also, we get our first legit Mortal Kombat victory in how long?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's really been a year since. Wait, no. What was the last?
I think the last Mortal Kombat victory that people are genuinely fine with was Kahn's last episode.
Dear gosh.
Oh my god. Well, if we're not counting Sonya versus Cammy, then
No, we don't.
No, we're not counting that because people weren't fine with the Mortal Kombat character winning that.
Well, no. Well, what about Scorpion?
Same reason. Yeah, same reason why
No.
we use Scorpion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then okay then.
Also, important thing that I want to bring up. This is also the first time since season 6 that we have gone more than 2 episodes without a Marvel DC fight. Woohoo!
Yeah. Again, it's like going forward, we're gonna have less Marvel versus DC fights and more fights like this.
Yeah, just not that to be brought up to the people who are probably going to complain when Marvel DC gets brought up.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait for this fight. It's gonna be awesome. How awesome? We won't know.
This is probably like I was so more hyped for Shadow Rico, but this is probably the second most hype I've been for an episode all season.
I would say next to Goku Black versus Reverse Flash, this is the most hyped episode I'm looking forward to in the back half.
Mm-hmm.
I have no further comment.
Yeah. All right.
So,
yeah.
I must skedaddle. I cannot do these next segments, for I have a life, sadly.
Okay.
So I must bid adieu, and let these two gentlemen do what they've been doing all day. Talk without me.
well, glad you were still able to show up, mate. Have a nice one.
Thank you. I will see you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Yeah.
Alright, and then there was 2.
And with that out of the way, we've got more fights to talk about, even though they're not official.
Yep. So, again, we're doing the matchup thing because we can't stop.
Nope.
No, in fact, we have 2 bonus topics, so that's fun.
One is significantly shorter than the other.
Absolutely. In fact, I don't care which one we do first. It doesn't matter.
Let's just get the shorter one out of the way. Screw it.
Alright, so I thought of this one since I thought it was for the season. So, as Richard brought up earlier, we've kind of had a trend of like spooky episodes these past 3 seasons, or 4 if you want to count Controversy. It doesn't matter. So I honestly really like that they keep doing this. That they do this, and I hope they keep doing this, even if it's as close to Halloween as possible. So we're each, even though I kind of wish Richard was here because I'm interested what is gonna be. Yeah, I was curious what Richard was gonna say, but no, we're gonna come up with a spooky fight each to put on there that they could possibly do for upcoming seasons. Hopefully,
Yep. And I don't.
So,
we haven't told each other what our matchups are, so this will be interesting.
nope. So this is gonna be a surprise. Whee! Alright, I'll be a gentleman and
should we get the obvious one out of the way?
Yes. I assume that's yours.
No, it's not mine. I thought of a different one, but
Okay.
I just want to get the one that everyone talks about when they think of a Halloween fight.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I'm so surprised I ever do this one.
Yeah. Where the crap is Jason versus Michael?
Yeah, for real. Dear gosh.
Where the crap is this fight?
Yeah, for real. Like, Death Battle I think Death Battle is long overdue for just any horror. Well, okay, I can't say horror because we did have Frank and Leon, but any horror slasher or horror themed matchup out it in there. Yeah, slasher. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I guess I could see a potential argument that maybe they're waiting for the right opportunity to do this live action fight.
Yeah, which honestly I do think would fit this matchup better.
But at the same time, like,
sprites or 3D.
Would 3D really be that detracting?
I mean, I guess not, but.
I mean, live action would probably fit better, yeah, but.
Yeah.
At this point, I'll take this fight happening in 3D instead of having this wait for how long just to get a live action.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like no matter what, it's bound to happen. It's definitely the most requested fight for either, like it or not.
Yeah.
And it arguably has like one of the biggest rivalries in horror history, considering Jason's fought so many other slasher characters that aren't named Michael Myers.
Yeah.
How? Somehow.
Also, he just had a new Halloween movie, so
true.
Michael's completely out of the spotlight. Anyways, Jason slaughters this fool, and I think that kind of goes
absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that's why a certain person I know doesn't like this fight, but I don't think it's that big a deal.
No, I don't either.
Honestly.
I mean, yeah, it's a super obvious result, but like, who freaking cares? We just have to keep on cope with it.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah.
Anyway, so shall we get our individual matchups out of the way now?
Yes, we shall. I don't care.
I guess I'll go first. Screw it.
Okay.
So this one I just kind of came up with. I mean, it's a super requested fight, but it's one of those fights where it's like you hear it requested and it's like, yeah, that's gonna happen, but then you just never hear from it again. So it's kind of a Saber Wolf versus John Talbane in that regard.
Okay.
And I also just kind of hinted at one of the combatants. I'm talking about Spinal versus Cervantes.
Oh heck yeah.
Spinal versus Cervantes de Leon.
Heck yeah, I'm so down for this, honestly.
We've had werewolves, we've had vampires, we're the crap out of the zombies.
The skeletons. Yeah, we need the funny skeletons on there.
And it works in this case because they're also both pirates.
Heck yeah. Yeah, it's a really cool matchup. I really dig it. Plus, it brings Soul Calibur back after how long? Dear gosh.
Freaking nightmare.
It's not as bad as. Okay, yeah, it's not as bad as I forgot Guts or Sniper was a thing. Honestly, it's not as bad as like Soul Cal. Not. It's not as bad as Darkstalkers, but like it is still pretty bad.
Yeah.
With how long they've disappeared, especially since they lost both fights. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Even though they should have won the second one. Whatever.
No.
On that note, I've heard the Cervantes wins.
Same.
Which is kind of unfortunate. I would rather see Spinal win, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
He just seems like a more entertaining character.
Fair, but so dude's
just crazy. He's a crazy he's a crazy skeleton. He can't speak today.
Understandable.
He's a crazy skeleton. He's a crazy skeleton man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cervantes, from what I've heard, is just better. Like, in general, is just better. Although I don't know if they're both able to do this, but like if they can, I'd kind of like to see like maybe a skeleton and maybe like an army match in the background.
Well, that'd be cool.
Like kind of Ultron versus Sigma-esque. Although if they would do this fight in 3D, that'd be a little tough.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Little tough.
Well, does Cervantes have any sprays to go off?
I don't know, but considering the other Soul Calibur fights are sprites.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. They can probably make a custom.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
Yeah, really cool.
Justice for Soul
really
Calibur.
Cool idea.
I don't even like Soul Calibur, but Justice for Soul Calibur.
Heck yeah.
I think I have Soul Calibur 6 actually. I should play that.
Cool. But no, it's a really cool fight. I really hope it happens, and Halloween seems like a really good time to do it. So,
yeah.
Bam.
What's yours?
Yeah. Alright, mine is one I got into pretty recently, actually. I started watching both series recently, and I'm very hooked on this fight right now. So, I don't even know how else to build up to it, so I'm just gonna say it. It's Ken Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul versus Shinichi Izumi from Parasyte. I recently watched.
This discussion, I don't know much about either of these two.
Fair enough. I'd recommend. Well, I'm not finished with. I've only watched the first season of Tokyo Ghoul, but Parasyte's pretty good, honestly. It's a solid watch.
I'll take
yeah, like I said, I've gotten into this fight very recently due to me just watching both series recently. I just really like it, and I think, considering the nature of both series and like how both series revolve around a man world, it just sounds. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it could make for a really entertaining fight. Even though, dear gosh, Shinichi gets destroyed from what I understand. It's kind of sad because I do like him. Yeah, I don't know. I guess just the whole tone of this matchup, Parasyte's not exactly a horror-based series, but like it just deals with very disturbing themes, and I think those themes would be interesting to be put in a death battle. Yeah. 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 Plus, I think just the fight also has like a built-in, has some built-in moments that I think would be cool to see. Like Ken's shoot, I forget what they're called already. That and Shinichi's just fighting style of like me just going crazy all over the place with his tentacle mode. I just think it's pretty cool. Oh, also for reference to those who haven't seen Parasyte, Migi is the titular Parasyte, or one of the titular Parasytes, who burrows himself inside Shinichi's arm and gives him cool alien powers in a way.
Gross.
Yeah, it is kind of gross. Basically, he was trying to get to Shinichi's brain, but just ended up getting stuck in his arm and developing there, which is why it's in his arm. Yeah, it's an interesting series to say the least.
So I have one tiny little counter, and it's like the only thing I can actually say about either of these characters in this matchup.
I'm guessing it has to do with Mr. Jaeger.
Yeah, what's stopping them from just doing Ken versus Aaron?
I mean, nothing. I mean, regardless, I know Ben
from my
has...
understanding, that's become Aaron's like big match at this point.
I've seen this in Kaneki and Shinichi, both. I've seen both of them tossed around. I know Aaron's probably more popular than what they're going to go with, which is kind of sad because I would like to see Shinichi get his time in the sun on Death Battle. But yeah, plus I get the theming with Kaneki versus Aaron, but I think just that theme is just done stronger with Shinichi, because obviously it's just the struggle of becoming half of one of the biggest threats in your world, aka the ghouls and parasites, and just the struggle of not going animalistic and eating little humans. I don't know. I just feel. I mean, I guess also I don't see. I don't know. I just see the choreography being kind of weird with Kaneki Aaron. It's just, I don't know. I guess just with his shoot. I'm seriously blaming on what's called, and I feel bad. The thing on his back. Yeah, I don't know. It gets to that and the mobile gear. I don't see having that good of. Yeah, I just don't see that.
Sorry.
Being. It's fine. Don't worry. Yeah, I just see the fight being a lot more interesting with Shinichi, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm not going to be upset if Kaneki versus Aaron happened. If you had me decide, I would want it to be Shinichi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moving on, because I literally have nothing to say.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I still really want to see it. I've only seen one season of Tokyo Ghoul, and this has already become one of my top 10 fights. So I really want to see. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, also, I'm not going to go much into this, but it would be cool. I'm not going to go much into this, but there's one more fight I just want to bring up quickly. It would be cool if they partnered with Crypt TV to get like one of their monsters on the show, and maybe have like Dead Meat come in, Demi James or James A. Genies come in and host the episode. I doubt we'll ever have him, but that just sounds pretty cool, and I'd be down to see it. Okay, that's it. Next topic.
I don't even know what you're even talking about. Okay, next topic.
Just go with it.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Alright.
So we got another one of those fights for every blink discussion thing. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And very on theme, ironically, considering.
Very fitting that Akuma versus Shao Kahn ended up being the next episode.
Yep, because we are talking about Mortal Kombat. Do.
As a complete side note, we did not plan this.
No, we did not. We had no idea that. Like, obviously, we knew Akuma Kahn was happening eventually. Just
yeah. We didn't think it would be next.
Exactly.
We had a different idea of what would be next.
Yeah, we have three options. It just happened. Mortal Kombat was next.
Yeah. This is very convenient. I just picked Mortal Kombat because I thought it'd be fun to talk about, and we all know Mortal Kombat, so.
Yeah, like I said, I like Mortal Kombat well enough, so.
Yeah. Do you want to just go in order of the list this time? Because I do kind of want to save that last one for last.
Heck yeah! All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one we have to talk about is one of the more requested ones.
It's
which is very convenient.
It's handing. Wait, it's midnight. Shoot.
It's past midnight. Gosh dang it.
I know.
It's Aaron Black versus Cole Cassidy. Yeah, dude got a name change. Whatever. That's the last we're gonna talk about that. Anyways,
Yeah. I really want to see this fight.
Yeah, I think this would be really cool. We haven't really had a cowboy fight.
No, we haven't. I'm really surprised. I mean, there's really not that many options either for a cowboy fight.
There are options, but like, it feels like they're kind
of
it feels like they kind of like play like. I forget the game. They like switch in and out, like who fights who.
Red Dead Redemption guy.
Yeah, like there's these two. There's
John Marston.
What's his face? Jonah Hex from DC. There's
John Marston.
John Marston. I was trying to remember his name from Red
Dead. Yeah, there's Whole Horse from JoJo's. There's Zora from Federate, if you want to counter.
Yeah. But these two are the ones that are pitted against each other the most, and I think this is
for good reason.
Cool.
For good reason, I'd say.
Yeah. Although Ben mentioned it, and said he wasn't super into it on cast.
Aw.
I'm curious what the thought process is there. But then again, like,
hopefully it's not.
Well, this was a while ago, so it has nothing to do with.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. The thing we will be talking about.
Yeah. Let's not.
It's not.
Please, please.
Anyways,
Yeah, but I'm still. I still really hope it would happen eventually because I just think it would make for a really sick fight.
Yeah. I'm tempted to say Aaron wins, but I'm not sure.
From what I hear, the general consensus is that Aaron wins. Which is kind of sad because I do, even despite the bullcrap, I still enjoy Cassidy. Sorry, as a character. I really enjoy Cassidy as a character.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's neat.
Also,
he's voiced by Matthew Mercer, which is cool.
Yes, but on the flip side, Aaron is voiced by Troy Baker.
Fair point.
So both win the voice acting point.
True. That's fair.
I'd say Aaron. I don't know. I actually don't know.
I can see it going. I can see it going either way. I just know that Black is the more.
I think Cassidy is faster. I heard some like ridiculous stuff for Overwatch speeds. Obviously he's got technology on his side.
Obviously.
Aaron's probably more versatile. He's got more than just his revolver. He's got like shotguns, acid bombs, freaking bear traps.
Bear traps, jeez. Yeah.
I don't know who's stronger, but then again, it's just both could probably die from a gunshot anyway. So whatever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Black is stronger. I'm not sure because I'm pretty sure Cassidy only gets like.
If I remember correctly, like they both could probably be taken down by a well-placed gunshot. So if that's the case,
just depends on who's the more skilled marksman.
Then if that's the case, I'm tempted to side with Cassidy, because marksmanship is kind of his whole shtick, and he's faster. So,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I can see this going on.
I'd be really down to see it though eventually.
Yeah.
Please.
All right.
Or just some cowboy fight.
Just some cowboy fight.
I don't know.
At this point.
I don't know. It's about time we got a cowboy fight.
Yeah, really.
Hi.
Anyways, next, we got one of those characters that has two matchups.
Yep.
We got Katana.
Katana.
Or I guess Katana Kahn now. Cause sure.
Gosh.
Although I don't know how that works anymore.
Oh dear.
MK11's story is freaking bonkers.
It is. Gosh.
Anyway, she's got two matchups. I'm honestly not a fan of either of them. But
I mean, I'm more a fan of the first one, honestly. I just brought them both up because they're her most popular.
Yeah. The first one's Lucina from Fire Emblem. Brings us our first Fire Emblem character in Death Battle.
Yeah, which I think we're a bit overdue for.
Yeah.
Just put some of the Smash characters in Death Battle. Come on. No. I say that, but most of the Fire Emblem characters are from Smash.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. So.
I guess the theme for this one is like they're
blue-clad princesses.
Yeah, they're blue-clad princesses. And they fight with blades. There you go.
Yep. I don't know. It's simple, but I think it works.
Yeah, I guess I could see it working. Although I've also heard Lucina versus Zelda. I think that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a few for Lucina. I think I know Grovile's pretty popular. My friend really likes Naruto from Persona 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. But any of those would be cool.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I don't know how this one goes.
So my friend also really likes Miles versus Lucina, which is neat.
I don't know how this one goes because I'm not well versed with Fire Emblem stats.
Lucina Rex, from what I understand, she's like country level. She's country level, and I don't know how fast.
Katana fought Shao Kahn. To be fair.
True, but I don't know if that. Well, I'm not sure if that scale to fully playing a level. I don't know, but I don't know.
Well, okay. I really don't have much of a horse in this race. I probably prefer Katana. I'm not really that big a fan of Lucina.
She seems fine enough.
My only real experience with Fire Emblem was Smash Brothers, and I hate her in Smash Brothers. So.
That's fair. Gosh.
Yeah. Although, admittedly, the other Katana match I have even less to say about.
Same. Great.
Awesome. Oh, wow. Katana versus Kasumi from Dead or Alive. Basically, all I know about this one is that if planet level Dead or Alive is a thing, then she wins.
Okay then. I mean, I don't know. It seems like a fine fight. Out of the two, I prefer Lucina, but yeah, it's alright.
I guess both of them are blue-clad fighting game females. Sure.
Yeah. I'm sure there's more that we don't know.
Probably more, but I just don't know enough or care enough about the DOA to know them. Yeah. So Kasumi probably wins. I don't freaking know. Okay, that's enough of that. Next.
Yeah, I probably should have asked you guys because I kind of put this list together kind of by myself, and then everyone just okayed it. So
that's fine.
All right.
So next one. This one also has a bit to talk about.
Neat.
And it's also one of the more requested Mortal Kombat fights. Arguably, probably the next one.
Probably.
I
can see it, definitely.
As long as they don't bring back another combatant, whatever.
Yeah.
We got Liu Kang versus Jago.
Oh, E. From Killer Instinct.
Yeah, this one. I think everybody knows how this one works out.
Well,
both do be them fighting game monks.
Yep.
It's Mortal Kombat versus Killer Instinct. That's a decent rivalry.
I don't know. I dig this fight.
Yeah, it seems cool. How you view this fight? I think how you view this fight depends on how you view Mortal Kombat scaling. At best, at best you can get Liu Kang. At worst, you can get Liu Kang to Cetrion scaling. But Jago is also near that level and he's faster, so
Actually, I've also I don't know how true this is, but I've also seen some star levels. I mean, I've also seen him put it star level.
I think I've heard
or
that
something.
too.
I don't know.
Yeah, if the best you got for Liu Kang is Cetrion scaling, then Jago probably wins.
Yeah.
At best, you could argue some like universal stuff because of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, thanks
is
to
weird.
Cetrion.
Or
no, thanks to Chronica.
Chronica, the one being Shinnok, all that jargon. If you argue that, then Liu Kang wins.
Yep. So we'll have to see what Death Leto eventually comes up with, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm honestly really rooting for this fight. I'm really surprised Liu Kang hasn't shown up yet. Like, we got Sindel before Liu Kang. How does that happen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
My one hope for this fight is that it's 3D, and if it's not, please don't use the live action sprites.
Alright. That's fair.
And I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, they're both live action sprites, so they can work." Yeah, tell that to Subby versus Glacius.
Or Fulgur Sector.
Anyway.
Yeah, and I mean the only other chance that Liu Kang has got used this season, and he got killed by a freaking panda. So
yeah. Yeah. Cool. So next, this one is it's a match. It is a match, all right. I don't really have a whole lot to say about this one.
I like it.
It's Jax versus Guile. Just because we need some substitute, I suppose, for Guile versus Captain America.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I know I do really like Captain America versus Guile. Don't get me wrong, it's cool. But I also just don't really like this fight. Yeah.
I think I'd be fine with this if Cap gets someone else. But Cap absolutely needs another episode.
I mean, Cap does have like other options like Kamen Rider Ichigo, so he's not completely screwed out if
or Deathstroke.
You don't do this. Or Deathstroke.
I'd be fine with Deathstroke.
Yeah, I guess.
I'd take Deathstroke over Kamen Rider Ichigo, at the very least. I know that's a popular opinion, but
I don't know. I'm really interested to see how I would be really interested in Kamen Rider Ichigo, if only because I don't know much about Kamen Rider. So I'd be interested to learn about them. So.
Anyways, Guile probably wins. Honda scale and go per, that kind of stuff.
Probably.
I guess you could make some argument for Jax being at least some level of, maybe not top tier, but like up there, maybe.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, then he probably wins.
But
I think Guile's the safer bet.
Yeah, I mean, also not to mention, going back on that real quick, like, Jackson didn't really have anyone else requested, unfortunately.
I heard Barrett.
Barrett is also a thing. From Final Fantasy.
I think that'd be funny, at least.
I
don't Final Fantasy much, but I know Barrett's the freaking best thing ever.
I'll take your word for it.
He could be funny. Also, he's got a freaking minigun for an arm, so.
Oh. Well then.
Yeah, dude's a beast. I've also heard Spencer from Bionic Commando.
I guess that works as well.
I don't really know how much Spencer can bring in. I mean, I don't know much crap about Bionic Commando, but
I don't know. I guess it'll be fine enough, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, next one's all you.
That is the next one.
Actually, these next two are both you.
Okay, well, you have at least part of it in the next one.
Oh yeah, I guess. I want to cover the other matchups first.
Okay, well.
Next one is Scarlet versus Eliza.
Yeah, from Skullgirls, because I can't stop suggesting Skullgirls matchups, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I had one for Sonic, So there's that. But still, yeah, yeah, it'd be cool to see. I don't really think Scarlet like demands a fight on the show, but if she were to get one, I think this is her best option. But it's pretty simple. Just they're fighting in females who manipulate blood. But I mean, I just really like Scarlet's blood manipulation powers, and otherwise it's pretty cool. I don't play her a lot in Skullgirls, but she is neat. She basically she does Egyptian things with her blood, and she has a skeleton living inside her that she can go out and attack things. So.
So question,
Yeah,
where does Skullgirls lie at with stats?
Assuming everyone's skills to Marie, I believe town to multi-city block, or multi-city block town. Because she was able to throw a giant building like a few 100 meters away, I think. Something like that, and then they have bullet timing and Mach 9 rocket speeds, with keeping up with like characters like Peacock and
Okay.
Valentine, who was able to block point blank bullets.
Neat.
Yeah.
So
That's just a TLDR of her stats, so.
So I'm imagining Scarlet wins then?
Probably, I'm not sure. I mean, if nothing else, I'm pretty sure her blood manipulation would probably also screw Scarlet over
Oh, maybe.
as well. I'm not sure about that, but yeah.
Alright, anyways, after that, we got another 2 character fight,
Yep.
Yeah, sure, that makes
One
sense.
for each of us. One for each of us.
Yeah, one for each of us.
Mhm.
And neither of them are gonna happen. Huzzah.
Sadly.
Which one are we gonna cover first?
I guess I can get mine out of the way, so
Alright.
you can gush. You can probably go more in depth.
Because, I'm just gonna spoil right now, it's another Skullgirls fight.
Yep. Because of course it is. Hey, I mean, to be fair, fun fact of there is a character who actually does take a move off of Scorpion in Skullgirls. Yeah, fun fact, Squiggly, she has Scorpion's get over here move.
Of course. Any Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
is gonna be copied, it's that one.
Yep. So yeah, the fight is well, the character we're talking about is Mileena. I don't know if we mentioned that yet.
Oh, I don't think we have, actually. Good point.
No. Yeah, Mileena, she's
Mileena
cool.
versus it's Mileena versus Painwheel.
Yes. Yeah.
The fight ZDogg's gonna gush about.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'll be fair. I do think I prefer Painwheel. Well, okay, I guess out of bias, I prefer this one more because I actually know what Mileena is, and I know Painwheel versus Line from Monday Night in Birth, which is also pretty neat. But yeah, so yeah, this one.
And let's not forget that
Really
mediocre woman in melee.
Yeah, true. Gosh.
Freaking cat break our people. Anyways.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, this one, again, fairly simple. They were fighting game. They were fighting game girls that got experimented on turning into deadly killing machines. Because Mileena is a clone of Katana, and Painwheel just got experimented on by Lab 8 to turn into a deadly monster. So that's fun. Which Carol didn't deserve that. She deserves better. Poor girl. Dear gosh. Yeah, her life is brutal, man. Yeah, I don't know. I guess just I really like this fight because I really like both characters. Like Mileena, like she's not my favorite Mortal Kombat character, but like I do like Mileena's fighting style and all that.
I think Milena's
And just-
overrated.
That's fair. I don't know, I like her well enough, and I really like playing. I feel bad for Painwheel and her story, and then I also like playing as her. Her copter move. Her copter move is so fun to just mess around with people. Just fly on the
Nothing
stage. You
looks
can't catch
brutal,
me.
at least. I know that much about Painwheel.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah,
So,
cool fight. Probably not gonna. Probably unlikely to happen. Painwheel's probably getting Linne, which I'm okay with.
So
But I guess it'd be cool. I guess it'd be cool to see as a DBX at least, maybe.
Yeah. So are you able to pick a winner, or?
I'm not sure where Mileena lies in stats, honestly, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say Painwheel.
I'm gonna be real with you real quick. There was one time where Mileena got absolutely one shot by Raiden. So.
Yeah, probably Painwheel probably wins.
All right. Cool. I don't like Mileena, so.
That's fair.
I'm cool with her eating a fat L.
Yeah.
Speaking of eating a fat L, let's talk about my matchup, and I'm just gonna spoil right now. She absolutely gets slaughtered here.
Yep.
My matchup for Mileena, it's never, ever gonna happen. But let's talk about more justice for Beast Wars. Mileena versus Rampage.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I get to talk about
You're welcome.
on this podcast. Let's go.
You're welcome for putting this on the list, by the way. I just remembered it existed. I'm like, hey, he likes a Beast Wars.
So here's the cool little side thing about Rampage, okay? Picture this. You're on Cybertron, you're a scientist, and you're experimenting on a protoform, okay? It's called Protoform X. That's Rampage's, I guess, real name. Protoform X. And the idea is to kind of replicate Starscream's indestructible spark. Now, so I don't remember exactly the process. It's been a hot minute since I've binged through Beast Wars. But, basically, the experiment worked mostly, and but it turned X into basically an unstoppable monster. So it had to be sealed away and sent off the planet. Otherwise, it would freaking ruin everything.
Yep.
Now, fast forward to maybe not millions of years, but like after the Great War, Autobots had already won. Blah 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 blah. You know the story to Beast Wars if you're a Transformers fan. Or if you read my Zuko vs. Dino blog. Plug. Anyways, so a stasis pod, which is basically what a protoform sits in when it's in stasis, which is basically a coma, or heavily induced sleep. Think of it like cryostasis. You know what that is. It's basically that. So the pod lands and it's empty. It's damaged and it's empty. And it's empty because the pod happened to contain Protoform X.
Okay.
And now now that he's landed on what's essentially prehistoric Earth, he's able to turn into not only a tank, because of course, why not?
Because it's Transformers.
Yeah, but also he's able to turn into a giant mechanical crab. Because it's Beast Wars.
Crab?
It's Beast Wars.
Okay, that's fair. Just a crab of all things.
Well, I mean, hey, when freaking gorillas and dinosaurs are taken.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, crab. Why not?
Giant enemy crab.
So how Rampage works? Okay, I guess. So they're able to deal with him. They're not able to destroy him because he can basically walk off pretty much any sort of visible damage. He gets basically knocked out, and he gets taken back to Beast Wars Megatron, to be basically and Megatron basically like took a portion of X's spark and put it in this like little capsule that he could just like squeeze and cause X to get like tortured. And that's how he's able to keep him in line. And thus because of him being an unstoppable monster, he was renamed to Rampage. So now he's part of the Predacons, and he has an indestructible spark. Yippee. And he's basically forced to work with Megatron. Unlike everyone else who's like all hunky-dory working for the guy. To be fair, I mean, the dude's he's an awful dude, but you would probably want to work with someone voiced by David Kaye. So here's the thing. Here's the deal. Rampage wins. And I don't think there's much debate here.
No, honestly.
This freaking guy. I mean, okay, compared to other Transformers, he's generally pretty small, but he's still bigger than most. He's still bigger than any human. But I mean, like, Megatron once flew up to Optimus Prime, and he's about the size of Optimus's head. So you know, just to give you a little idea. So this guy, Rampage, he's got, not only does he have his indestructible spark, which I mean, okay, Rampage does end up dying at the end. He like gets like energon like shoved into his spark, and that's enough to do him in. Doesn't help that portion of his spark that Megatron took away got implanted into a upgraded clone of Dinobot. So this guy's got a missile launcher that also it looks like a minigun, but it's a rocket launcher.
Gosh.
And that thing can also acts as the barrel of his tank mode. It's pretty big. He's got a pretty big gun that shoots pretty big rockets, and he's virtually unkillable.
Fun.
And with these rockets, he's able to like blow off the tops of mountains. He and a bunch of other Predacons survived an entire mountain being destroyed while they were inside it. I don't know if you can scale Rampage to this, but if you can, a fully powered Megatron can fatally wound Optimus Prime. And I don't think I really need to talk about how powerful Optimus Prime is. We kind of have a death battle to do that for us.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to take that into account, then Rampage just wins. I mean, he's pretty slow in comparison. I mean, Beast Wars doesn't really have a good amount of speed feats. They have virtually nothing. And the stuff that they do have are from like the faster characters. Like Air Racer once like broke the sound barrier. That was pretty cool. But she's like considered one of the fastest characters on the show. So it probably doesn't apply to Rampage. But anyways, yeah, the basic theme about this one is that they're also genetic experiments. They're not really clones of anybody like Painwheel, or I guess Mileena is. I forgot. So ignore what I just said. And they're basically crazy, unstoppable monsters.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a really cool one. And even though I don't know much about Beast Wars, it seems like it would be really cool to get on.
Justice for
yeah, I mean,
Beast Wars.
I know Beast Wars has other matchups to get on, but I don't know, just this one seems really cool. That's just why I added it to the list.
Yeah, Justice for Beast Wars. Watch Beast Wars. Gosh dang it! Like just in general, everybody watching, watch Beast Wars.
Yeah,
the animation's aged like milk. I get it, but like, come on.
And yeah, I mean, if nothing else, we're probably getting X versus Primal. So.
I guess. I mean, I'm down for that, but I'm not 100% confident in that one.
Fair, and all of this talk is irrelevant because Mileena's probably fighting Jury instead.
Yep. Notice how we didn't talk about that. Notice how we didn't talk about that one.
Yep.
And take a wild guess as to why we didn't talk about that one.
Yeah.
Really don't understand
Jury
how this match works.
Jury versus Tira all the way.
Or
again from Soul Calibur.
Or better yet, I can live without Jury in Death Battle at all.
meh.
I can
I don't know
also
if I
live
would
without
go
I
that
can honestly
far.
live without Mileena in Death Battle either.
That's right. I mean, I wouldn't go that far personally, but I can completely understand why why you would say that.
Like I know I just raved on about Beast Wars, but like, if it's either Mileena fights someone else or she doesn't get in at all, I'm fine with her just not getting in at all.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, justice for Beast Wars. Get Beast Wars on the show. Watch Beast Wars.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Give the show some
also,
love.
Yeah. Also, I said this before, but also play Skullgirls if you haven't already. It's very good.
But like, look, I get
If only there was if only there was a Skullgirls versus Beast Wars to fight.
But look, I get
even though I'm pretty sure all.
Look, I get it. The animation's aged like milk. I understand, but it's a 90s CGI show where Transformers has never tried that before.
Yeah.
But like the writing, the voice acting, the characters, the story, it all makes up for it, and it's one of my favorite Transformers cartoons. And you know how I am about Transformers.
Neat.
So yeah, watch Beast Wars. I know it just celebrated. It's like I think it's 25th anniversary or no.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, 25th. That's why we have a bunch of new Beast Wars toys. But yeah, give the show some love and please put it in Death Battle.
Yeah.
I don't even care what they end up going with at this point.
Yeah, I don't need to rave on about Skullgirls. Skullgirls getting in Death Battle more than I have, so. Yeah, just put both series on the show. Both things on the show. Put them in there, please. That's all we ask.
Okay, so I guess we're moving on.
Yep, that's probably the longest segment, and it's on Mileena. Good.
So next one, I don't have a lot to talk about.
I don't either. It just sounds cool.
So this one is Frost versus. I apologize if I get this name wrong. Kunimitsu.
From Tekken.
From Tekken. I don't know crap about Kunimitsu, and I want her to win. Freaking hate Frost.
Understandable. I'll be honest. I do kind of like Frost, and like her only other option that I could have gone with that's really requested is freaking Kylo Ren. So, no.
I kind of like that fight from like an aesthetic perspective, but like
it sounds
like,
cool, but also
everything else, no.
Yeah. That's her.
Yeah, I don't know how powerful Kunimitsu is. I don't even know what her whole ordeal is. I imagine she has ice powers. Otherwise, why would she be put against Frost?
Hold on. Actually, let me.
If she,
I was told this fight by a friend, so or by someone else.
All I can say right now is that if she wins, I want it. If Kunimitsu wins, I want this fight.
Alright, here are the full connections. Frost vs. Kunimitsu. Two female ninjas with similar abilities to the leader of their clan of ninja assassins, Sub-Zero and the Lin Kuei, and Yoshimitsu and the Magi clan. Both are the star pupils of their leader/mentor, but their greed drives them to rebel against them and attempt to seize power from him by taking a powerful artifact that marks them as the leader of their clan, Sub-Zero's Dragon Medallion, and Yoshimitsu's sword. After being exiled from their clan, that was weird. After being exiled from the clan to often come back to attempt to usurp their former masters, which ultimately leads to their defeat. Also, funny ice and snow, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that seems pretty similar. That checks.
It sounds cool enough, so I dig it.
That tracks for Frost at least.
Yeah, I dig it.
All right. I don't know how this one works out. I don't know crap about Kunimitsu. I didn't know Kunimitsu was an apprentice to Yoshimitsu. That's interesting. But Yoshimitsu in Death Battle, that guy is weird.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I have no idea who the crap he'd fight, but
yeah.
But like, put him on. I don't care who he fights at that point. He's weird.
I dig it.
It'd be
dig it.
silly.
Agreed, I dig it. Alright, next. You can blame me for this one.
Okay. Yeah, that's about all I got to say.
Yeah. Well, I'm in for this next one.
I'm in for this next one.
Yeah, I just came up with. I just thought of this one day. You know what? That's funny.
Yeah, it's probably never gonna happen, but you know what? It's funny.
Probably not. Probably not. So we have Kronika versus Entropy from Crash Bandicoot.
Gosh. All that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else Entropy's got.
I don't know.
This one sounds silly, and I like it.
I mean, that's kind of one reason I kind of went for this one, because I don't really see either of these. But I don't know. I haven't really seen many matchups for Kronika thrown around. So, and then I just, you know what? Sure, this sounds funny. And it gets Entropy on the show.
Yeah, Entropy's cool. I want him to win so freaking bad.
I don't know if he does.
I don't think he does.
He might. I'm not.
It's upsetting. I don't know, because Kronika is like a level above the freaking Elder Gods. It's like they're the Elder Gods, and then there's the Titans, which is what Kronika is.
Great. Gosh.
So
yeah, Mortal Kombat.
All of our discussion we had earlier about Mortal Kombat applies here.
Yep.
And she also has her own sense of like time bullcrap. Freaking fatality is the freaking craziest thing.
Yeah, it's so brutal. Because if you don't know what it is, basically she tears you apart and then brings you back together, and then proceeds to tear you up again until however long she does it for.
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't stop after the whole fatality. It's like Quan Chi's with fatality in 4. Dear gosh. Which sounds kind of funny.
Yeah. Best I can think of for Entropy is like his attacks can vaporize Crash. That's what, city level? Although I've also heard like potential island level stuff because of the elementals. So that's pretty cool, I suppose. I really wish Entropy won this fight, but I don't see it. I mean, he might be faster. But then again, both are.
That's really funny, actually.
But I mean, both are also like masters of time, so.
Yeah.
You know, at that point, speed is irrelevant.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be funny, but
it'd be funny.
Probably unlikely.
Entropy is about as cartoony of a villain as you can get. So it'd be funny. And it gets Entropy on the show, so.
No.
And if he wins, then I get to say screw you, Kronika.
Nah.
I don't like Kronika very much.
That's fair.
I like her voice actress, Jennifer Hale. I think she's pretty cool.
Yeah.
She's in a lot of good stuff. I just don't like Kronika.
That's fair.
So yeah. Anyways, next one. This one's another pretty big request.
Yep, and ironically, it's another Mortal Kombat versus Overwatch matchup because of course it is.
Noob Saibot versus Reaper.
Let the darkness be with you, Edge. Yeah. Gosh, that voice hurts to do. Okay.
That was good.
Thank you. Anyway.
Anyways, yeah, connections here should be pretty obvious.
They're Black Shadow people, and they fucking died.
Until they didn't.
Until they didn't. They came back from the dead.
I think this one plays out pretty much the same as Aaron versus Cassidy.
Great. Frick. Gosh. I played myself.
In that case, Reaper probably wins, which is cool because I don't really like Noob that much. I think he's an inferior Sub-Zero and pretty basic villain.
I'm pretty neutral on both, so I don't care.
I also freaking hate his voice in MK11. Holy crap.
Understandable. Yeah, that voice is, yeah.
So from what I've seen of Reaper, he's pretty cool, so I'm cool with him taking the dub, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Only real thing I could see working again, I mean, I think this only helps Reaper. It was like both of them are like nigh unkillable.
Yeah.
Like, Reaper has like his bullets can like negate regeneration, so that
yeah, that's true.
plays a massive factor into it. So yeah, Reaper probably just wins at that point. Plus, like Noob has a pretty crap track record in fights.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down if Reaper won, so.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, like I don't hate Noob, but like Reaper's, I think I prefer Reaper in this case.
Yeah, Reaper's cool. I like him a lot. Okay, next one is another very big request, although not really my favorite match in the world.
Yeah, same. I just included it because it's really his only option. It's Baraka versus Vega. Whee!
Yeah, another Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat fight. Hooray!
Because of course there's. I don't care. I mean,
neither have anything better. Both have Wolverine, and that's not going to work out for them.
Oh dear God. Okay, to be fair, I have heard some more interesting ones for Vega at least.
Wasn't that one guy from Soul Calibur or something? I forget his name.
Voldo. I've also seen someone from Fist of the North Star and Jetticide Jack.
Jetticide Jack. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which sounds cool, but it's not happening.
No, it's gonna be this fight. It's either gonna be this fight, or really, are people gonna clamor for both of these two to get into Death Battle?
I mean, maybe Vega, but probably not Baraka.
Yeah. Anyways, Vega wins. Baraka's a jobber. That's kind of his whole shtick. He just loses all the time. I mean, he has a good kill count against like no-name thugs or something, like not even thugs, but like just grunts. Like he has a pretty good kill count. He has a pretty good kill count in MK11, I suppose.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's about all I got.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I don't say this for. I don't like saying this, but I wouldn't lose that much sleep if Baraka never got on.
Yeah, I don't really have much against Baraka, but he's just not really a combatant. Like,
I mean, maybe they could do him in a DBX again.
Maybe,
but yeah,
I can live without him in a death battle. I mean, like I said, his only real other option is Wolverine, and that's not happening.
Yeah.
Anyways, you want to talk about jobbers again? Because next one is Reptile.
Reptile. Yep.
He's got 2 matchups again. One, I think we have a little bit more to talk about than the other.
Yeah.
I'll just get that other one out of the way. It's Aeon Calcos from Soul Calibur. I literally have no idea who this guy is or what his deal is. So.
Same. I know he's. If not for the one we're about to talk about, it's Reptile's most popular, I think. I've seen it the most floating around. That's not this other guy.
Yeah.
Girl. Sorry.
So F you, Reptile wins. I don't know if that's actually true, but if it isn't, I'm just gonna stick with him anyway.
Okay. Other one we actually have stuff to talk about, and we technically talked about it before because of commissions. It's Reptile Riptor.
Yeah, I'd actually be kind of down for this one.
Same. I mean, I would like both Yoshi and Riptor to get another chance in Death Battle. Yeah. And this is probably Riptor. Well, there's also Alex from Tekken. I shouldn't say that, but either or, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also unrelated, but I wouldn't mind seeing an updated animation on Yoshi Riptor for a DBX, but that's just me, probably.
Anyways, yeah, we pretty much kind of discussed this one already. It's a cool match. Victor wins.
Yeah.
Victor so wins. Yeah. I mean, justice for Riptor, I suppose.
Yeah.
Justice
It's
for
cool.
Riptor and justice for Killer Instinct. Well, I guess I guess I should chant justice for Killer Instinct at Microsoft because they're not doing anything with it. Bring back Killer Instinct. Hashtag bring back KI.
There you go.
There you go. I spliced it into our video. So yeah.
Speaking of which.
Yeah, speaking of, want to talk about KI again?
Yeah, I feel like there's not that much variety compared to the freaking My Hero one or the Sonic one, but like, I mean, they're popular fights for a reason, so I'm not complaining that much.
Yeah. I mean, this one's not really that popular. I just kind of bumped into it on BB Bandit and thought it was cool.
I mean, I guess just the whole rivalry of Killer Instinct.
It's Kahn versus Ermac. Battle of the Mummies, who I think have soul powers. Or at least I know Ermac does, but I don't know about Kahn. I have not played Killer Instinct in a hot minute, so.
Yeah, if nothing else, they sound better than Ermac Rose, so I'll take it.
Yeah. I have no idea who wins this.
Probably Conra, if I were to guess.
Eyeballing both their stats. Eyeballing both the versus stats. I'm going with Conra, I guess.
Seems fine enough though.
Yeah.
Be down to see it.
Although much like Baraka, I'm not really like pushing for Ermac to be in Death Battle.
I mean, he seems like an interesting one and like an underrated one to get on.
Yeah, I guess if we had to get more
seems neat
in there.
Yeah.
Although at that point we could just do like a freaking Key Ninjas Royale or something.
True. Yeah. Also unrelated. I know we didn't put this on the list, but I've also seen Ermac versus Seth from Street Fighter thrown around.
All right.
Which sounds neat, even though I know I'm pretty sure Seth Taskmaster is pretty more popular. But if nothing else, it seems neat. Seems neat enough.
Yeah.
All right.
One more.
One more.
This one for last because it's probably the most interesting, and not for the reasons you think.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be honest. Other than McCree, Cassidy Ermac, Cassidy versus Aaron Black. Dear gosh. Other than Cassidy versus Aaron Black, this is probably my most wanted out of these fights.
I mean, it's probably mine too.
Heck yeah.
Yes, this 100% counts, and you'll understand why this is important in a minute.
Yeah. So you guys know that Steven Universe quote, "Fusion is just a cheap tactic to make weak gems stronger." That also applies to fighting game bosses.
I guess we should have mentioned. The same rules apply. No returning combatants, but I don't think
it's a bit late for that.
But I don't think that applies when our returning combatants are merged.
Yeah. So you probably could have guessed who we're talking about, but we're talking about Ultron Sigma versus Dark Kahn.
I think this would be really interesting.
I really like this fight, honestly. It's so cool, even though it'd probably be hell, research-wise.
Yeah, I have no idea how they would be able to handle this research-wise.
I don't know. But it's too cool not to do, honestly. In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I know both games are... Well, at least both games are irrelevant and will probably want to be forgot about, but, like, come on! Come on, this is, like, too perfect not to get up.
Also, it's weird because they have a very similar goal with, like, merging universes together and... wiping out life. Very, very convenient how that works out.
Yeah. And make for a pretty interesting fight dynamic as well.
Yeah.
I mean, also, if you couldn't figure out the theme, I'm concerned for you. Please, not joking. No, okay. In all seriousness, obviously, it is crossover fighting game bosses of two iconic characters. Yeah, and also it combines Marvel. It combines the Mortal. Well, it doesn't really combine Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter back. It's that and a Marvel's DC fight.
Capcom.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat, Capcom, and Marvel DC into one.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So I don't know how
That's
to
neat.
handle this one. Should it happen?
Me neither. Honestly.
Like if we go by just what feats they've shown, they've got borderline nothing. They've like, I mean, they both have the same feat of like merging universes together, which is pretty neat. Although on that front, if they go by just that, then Ultron Sigma probably wins. He was able to like completely merge the universes together, and he's got the space and reality stones. So
yeah, that's fair.
Oh, and the Sigma virus on top of that.
Oh, shoot. Well, even though that wouldn't really do much to Darkon, considering they're organic.
Well, it worked on Thor.
Oh, right. Okay, that's fair.
The only one it didn't like the story kind of. I mean, it didn't really make much of a point to explain this, but like the only one who seemed to have like some semblance of acting like he had a resistance was Thanos. Because like everybody got like exposed to the virus. But Thanos says like we need to act quickly before the virus consumes you all. Like not referring to himself. That could just be him like boasting. Because he's
Very
Thanos.
well.
Like you could also view that as like maybe it didn't affect Thanos somehow.
Maybe.
I have no idea how it wouldn't, but okay.
Because Marvel Herald. That's why I don't ask questions. But whatever.
Whatever. Yeah. Ultron Sigma managed to like fully merge the universes, whereas Dark Kahn could only partially merge them. Although Dark Kahn merging the universes together was destroying them. So. Interesting to think about. If we go by just general scaling of the characters merged together.
I mean, Darkseid solos them both.
Shao Kahn really has no reason to be here.
Darkseid solos them both. Yeah.
If we go by scaling, that requires a lot of assumptions and a lot of analysis. Because like Dark Kahn fought like the combined force of Superman and Raiden, but Ultron Sigma fought the combined force of freaking everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that also just adds on to the reason why this would be so interesting, because like I legit have no idea who should actually win.
Yeah. I think at the moment I'm gonna go with Ultron Sigma.
That's right.
He seems like the more agile fighter. He can fly.
Also the
beam saber,
gems.
He's got the Sigma virus.
Yeah, that's completely true.
Two of the Infinity Stones. So just fighting styles alone, I'm probably gonna go with Ultron Sigma. But this would be a fun fight to at least look into a little bit.
Definitely. I'm.
And then if nothing else,
wholehearted.
And then if nothing else, DBX.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, but I don't know. I really want to see this so bad.
Although what could probably hold it back, production-wise, is that they'd have to get 2 voice actors for Ultron Sigma.
I mean,
one for Ultron, one for Sigma.
They literally have them in set in stone.
Well,
to be fair,
would they run the risk of getting Sigma's voice actor again?
Oh shoot, that's right. I forgot.
That's the thing.
Well, they only have. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, they at least have Ultrons.
Yeah, true. Actually, I forget how the voice acting works for Dark Kahn.
I'm pretty sure it's a merged one. I'm not sure. Yeah.
I'm looking it up.
Alright. But yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I was just reminded of this. Oh, he does have 2 voice actors. That's weird. Both Mortal Kombat 11 and Injustice 2 have intros that reference Dark Kahn.
Oh yeah, because of
At the
Joker.
events of MK vs. DC. So
That's
take
fun.
that how you will.
I think it's neat, at least, if nothing else.
Yeah. It's also weird because like you can make arguments for like at the very least the like reboot timeline for Mortal Kombat and Injustice games to like be canon with each other.
Yeah.
There's an argument that can be made for that. So again, just take that how you will. I don't know how that applies here. This is a fight I'd be down to look into just a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, like this, like if nothing else, connection-wise, it's like it's too perfect not to do. Like you rarely see stuff like this in like crossover fighting games. So like it's like yeah. Plus with the whole Capcom Marvel, yeah. Capcom Combat, yeah.
Yeah.
You get it. You get it.
So that's that.
Yeah. There you go.
That's all of our Mortal Kombat fights out of the way, and one that's coming up soon.
Yep. Not to mention the spooky topics.
Yep. So hope you enjoyed Dio versus Alucard, and if you didn't, how? Hope you enjoy Akuma versus Shao Kahn. I hope we do as well.
Same. And like I said, if you're disappointed it's not Rao, I'm sure it'll happen eventually. I have faith in it happening eventually.
Yeah. And let us know what Mortal Kombat fights you would like to see, whether for the characters we mentioned or the characters we didn't mention. There's a lot of characters we didn't mention.
Yeah, and also if you have a spooky fight you want to see that would fit the theme of Halloween.
Give us your spooky fights.
Yeah. Could have made that joke. I was gonna joke with Monsieur versus Scarecrow. The only thing scarier than fear: a Marvel versus DC fight. Ooh.
Wow.
I kid, of course.
And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.